You guys are now tuned into the 48th episode of the Re-Up Podcast. So my next guest, I kind of discovered at Steve Muelas. You are now entering a cypher. He had one of the hardest verses, or hardest couple verses, because, multiple beats on there. So I had to get to know this guy, see what was, the genius behind the madness, or madness behind the genius, something like that. So let's welcome to the show, Forgiato Coop. What's going on, man?
Forgiato Coop, a.k.a. Coop Got Wings, a.k.a. 3 bank accounts, a couple numbers we can't announce.
It's a hell of an introduction right there. So what's up, man? How's everything? How's life treating you so far?
Chilling, bro. I've been cooling, trying to take a day at a time.
Word, man. So, like I said before, we met at the Cypher. You had one of the best verses there, in my opinion. There's a lot of really, really good artists over there. I was actually really surprised.
At the first Cypher, I feel like the first Cypher, I knew I went crazy. I feel like not even on no cocky shit, but I knew I was the best one at the first Cypher in Chinatown. You wasn't at that one.
Yeah, I wasn't at that one yet.
But in the Apollo, mad niggas showed up, and they was nice.
Right.
Like, it was nice niggas there, so, like, it was a little intimidation that second time.
Yeah, I feel you.
I didn't come prepared neither time. Like, I was just thinking of bars in my head that I had wrote before, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Like, a lot of that shit that I spit at the Cyphers was shit that I wrote when I was in jail.
Okay.
But I never recorded it. Like, on a song, you feel me? I just always had that in the vault. So I was there on the spot on both ciphers when the beats came on, just like shuffling while everybody else was rapping.
Right.
I'm shuffling in my head like what I'm gonna come up with, like, you know what I'm saying?
Something different,
Yeah,
but something you wrote before.
Some shit that I wrote before, but just trying to make it fit to the beat.
I forgot which verse it was exactly, but you did mention that you did go to jail for like an extended period of time. So just like walk me through that, like, how was, because you're still pretty young. You're like what, like 27?
Yeah, I'm 27. I just turned 27.
Okay, yeah.
September 3rd.
Yeah, so that's a pretty young age for anybody to get, locked up at. So just
I was 22 when I got locked up.
Okay.
And I did 3 years. I got locked up for burglary. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because looking back on it, it's embarrassing now when I talk about it. Like,
right.
Getting locked up for burglary, like, that shit is just like, some people look down on that shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it ain't even about other people looking down on it. It's just me taking that time to reflect throughout those 3 years.
Yeah.
I looked at it myself like, damn, like, feel me? I was on some bullshit. Like, it's not something I'm proud of, you feel me?
That's kind of like a contrast between rap nowadays, because I feel like a lot of rappers, they kind of brag about that shit. Like, I went to jail, I did this, I did that. But in reality, from someone who's not from that type of lifestyle, like someone such as myself, you kind of look at it like, I don't know if I would feel comfortable bragging about some shit like that.
I feel like every rapper, or even anybody that been to jail, that brag about it in a way, if you a rapper, you're going to rap about it, like, whatever. If you have that experience under your belt, you're going to rap about it.
Yeah.
Because it's something to rap about, and it's some shit that's respected, right? Like, niggas respect that shit.
Right.
Especially if you ain't go, as long as you ain't go to jail for no crazy shit, no child molestation shit, right? As long as,
yeah, of course.
If you go to jail for robbing somebody, strong arm, or shooting somebody, that's looked at as respected, right?
Yeah.
So niggas is gonna brag about it, but deep down in their minds, like, I know everybody that been to prison. If you really learned anything from that, you regret the situation. Like,
yeah.
Unless you're one of them people that be like, yo, I don't regret nothing because it made me who I am today. Talking like that.
Right.
Like, you could say that too, like, whatever. I don't regret nothing that I did, you could say, but, like, I would have definitely done it different, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know,
of course. Like, yeah, because that's kind of like the extreme punishment right there.
Anybody in the back of their mind that been to jail, like, damn, I wish I would have never went through that.
Yeah.
But even with me, like, that shit saved my life in a way, because I was addicted to pills.
Okay.
Before I went to jail. And then, now the pills is all laced with fentanyl. I don't know if you know about that
shit.
Yeah,
no, I've heard about that shit, yeah.
Perks and all that shit. I used to pop straight perks. No Xanax, none of that. In those 3 years, the amount of friends that I lost to them pills that was laced with fentanyl, that shit really woke me up. Like,
right.
That's when I realized, like, nigga, this jail shit saved my life. Them 3 years saved my life. So I can't look back and be like, I wish it never happened, because I probably would have died if that never happened.
That's,
realistically.
Yeah. Like, that's a very, like, humble and, I don't know, like, gracious way of kind of thinking about it, because you're right. I think one of the biggest epidemics, like the real true epidemic, is this opioid crisis that's really going on.
Facts.
Especially fentanyl, because fentanyl, this isn't some new drug. Like, Mac Miller, accidentally overdosed from fentanyl back in 2019. Michael K. Williams, huge actor from The Wire, Boardwalk
Facts.
Empire, and he was actually on The Sopranos at first. Apparently, I think his coke was laced with fentanyl or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't know what the official shit is right
that's
now.
Another thing. A lot of people think, like, the fentanyl shit is only being used in opioids.
Not
They think
true.
that it's only being used in heroin and perks and like shit like that. No, nigga, they putting it in coke, and they putting it in K2.
That's
the fake
yeah.
weed, and that's K2 is big like in prison. Like people in the street probably think that niggas don't be smoking. There's young niggas our age in prison that they smoke K2 every day. You feel what I'm saying? Like niggas don't smoke weed in prison. Niggas smoke K2, and it's like they don't know that that shit is being laced with fentanyl too.
Right.
They upstate smoking that shit like, you know what I'm saying? Thinking like it's weed.
Yeah.
That shit ain't weed.
Is drug use heavy in prison? You know, since it's like harder to, but it's technically, you know, it's harder to get into. But you know, of course, you know, our correctional
There's drugs
facilities
in
are
there, bro.
very, you know, like
Niggas getting high, bro.
yeah,
But it's different. It's a different choice of drugs. Like
it's some heavier
The-
shit
the-
probably.
kinda, yeah. Like no funny shit. Yeah, with K2, hell yeah.
Yeah, and K2 is
K2
crazy.
is crazy to me. Like I look at that shit like, bro, that shit crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But the two main drugs in jail is Suboxone and K2.
Okay.
Feel
Well,
me?
what's Suboxone?
Suboxone is an opioid blocker. It's used to take people off of heroin and perks, lean, shit like that. Anything that's an opioid. If you have an opiate addiction, you could go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Anybody watching this could do this right now. Like there's no, it's not like trying to get a Percocet
Yeah.
prescription. Like
There's
you
no
don't gotta-
restrictions on it though. No background
you
checks.
walk
Nothing.
in a doctor and tell him, yo, I'm a perk head or whatever. Like, just tell him the truth. Whatever you do, you drink lean, you do heroin, any opioid. You go in there and you say, yo, I got an opiate addiction and I want to get off. Like, I was recommended to come get Suboxone. They're going to prescribe it to you with no problem. Like, that's a fact.
Damn, are you serious?
That's a fact. And that shit really helps. That's what helped me.
Okay.
You feel me? Before I went to prison, like, I had got a prescription for the shit, right? Like, I
Yeah.
was really fucked up on doing pills every day, whatever. And I had got a prescription for Suboxone because right before I went to jail, I was like, yo, I'm tired of this shit. I wanted to change, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I'm ready to change and shit. I'm ready to stop. And I went and got the prescription, but I still really didn't stop. Like, you feel me? Like, I had got the prescription, but I was only doing it whenever I didn't have money to actually buy the drug that I wanted, right?
Oh, okay, I got you. So it's kind of like a substitute, like a last
That's how it
resort
was
type
at
of shit.
first.
Okay.
But then I ended up going to jail because I just wouldn't stop popping perks, you feel me?
Yeah.
And that's what essentially, like, led me to doing the burglary that I went to jail for, you feel me?
Right.
To try to get money to support that habit. That's why I say it's embarrassing, you feel me? But
Oh,
I'll talk
okay,
about
I
it.
got you. All right.
You feel me?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So-
listen, I appreciate you opening up about that because I know a lot of people, you know, in their right minds, like, wouldn't really want to talk about shit like
It's
that.
that, listen, bro, at the end of the day, I made it through that already, you feel me?
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, if I talk about it, I know that it's gonna help somebody, you feel me?
Right.
It's not even like hopefully somebody hearing this. No, I know somebody gonna watch this and be like, they going, I hope, well, actually, yeah, I hope.
Yeah.
I hope somebody would go and hear this shit and actually do what I'm saying. Like, go
Yeah.
get Suboxone prescribed. Like, if you struggling with perk addiction or lean or especially heroin,
Yeah.
go get on Suboxone. That shit gonna save your life, right?
Yeah.
I was just stubborn before I went to jail. Like, I just wanted to keep doing pills, but I had the Suboxone just in case. So when I didn't have money for pills, the Suboxone would take away the withdrawals that you would go through.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why I had it at first. I ended up going to jail. When you go to jail in New York City on Rikers Island, they prescribe you Suboxone as long as you was getting it prescribed in the street.
Okay.
So when I was in jail, I was getting the Suboxone. So I wasn't going through withdrawals in jail. You feel me?
Yeah. Okay.
I was good.
Right.
And sitting in jail, like, before I went upstate, I fought my case for 15 months, right? And then they sentenced me to 3 years. I did the other 21 months upstate.
Okay.
So, boom. For 15 months, I was getting Suboxone prescribed on Rikers Island. Every day, they giving me a strip. And every day that was going by, I was just sitting there telling myself, like, damn, I could have been doing this in the street the whole time. I didn't have to be popping pills.
Yeah.
Because this shit got me feeling just as good. Like, I feel normal on this shit. Like, I don't feel like I'm craving drugs when I'm on Suboxone.
Right.
So, but I would, like I said, that go back to me saying, like, I was being stubborn before I went to jail.
Yeah.
'Cause I just wanted to feel the perk feeling. Like, nothing's gonna make me feel the same as a perk. You feel me?
Yeah. And I feel you.
But then when I got to jail, I realized, like, no, this is the same shit. Like,
Yeah.
it really do make you feel the
And
same.
even if it wasn't, you know, is it really worth all the trouble I'm going through?
No.
Yeah, I don't.
No cap. Because even if like you got money, you could have all the money and like no court cases, no legal issues, but you just pop pills every day, and you could have a good career and have mad money. But what's gonna happen the day somebody don't have no pills to sell you? You could have all the money in the world.
Yeah.
You gonna be sick.
Gonna relapse.
Gonna be going through it.
Yeah.
Fuck a relapse. Like relapse is when you clean and then you go.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I'm saying like an active user, a nigga
Yeah.
that pop pills every day. The day he wake up, say if you was somebody's plug, you got the perks. I call you every day, and I'm racked up. I come see you all the time about 10 perks. It's nothing. The day you don't got, I'm going to call you like, yo, you got some perks? You be like, yo, I ain't got right now. I'm waiting to get some. I'm going to be fucked up physically because my body needs that shit. So that's what I'm saying. Like, regardless of anything, it's not worth it. Just for that simple fact. You're going to feel good today. Tomorrow when you wake up, you're going to feel like shit.
It's kind of crazy how like the body, you know, demands certain shit after like you keep on feeding it. You know, that goes for food, you know, like drugs, you know, shit like that. You know, so for me, that's just kind of like, you know, kind of incredible, but not incredible in a good way, but incredible like from like a biological standpoint. You ever seen Nicky Jam's Netflix series El Ganador?
Nah, but I heard about it. He used to be addicted to heroin.
Yeah,
shit, right?
he used to be addicted to perks and coke and probably like a whole bunch of other drugs too. But like in the show, it's dope because it shows it. Because one thing that I didn't even notice about Nicky Jam, he was popping like 20 years ago, 25 years ago. But when like the Looney Tunes, like Daddy Yankee, you know, that type of like era before they really got popping. Yeah, so like, you know, people think I think people think Nicky Jam is like a more like a more recent artist. But the reason people think that is because he was big with Daddy Yankee, had like a big song with him. He had other like kind of like big ass singles too. He was on the up and coming. He was right there from blowing up, but he let the drugs get to him. He let the women get to him. He has like, I think he no bullshit. I think he at least has like seven baby mothers. No bullshit. In the show, he had like 2 or 3. He was just going through it. Just like, you know, doing drugs, you know, going crazy. And then he went to Colombia because in Puerto Rico it got kind of hot for him. He went to Colombia to kind of revamp his career. And, you know, through like him getting sober and him finding like his current manager that's from Colombia and, you know, doing like a whole bunch of like, you know, doing all the work. You know, now he's, you know, the Nicky Jam that we all know, you know, love and respect. He's been sober for, I think at least 10 years he's been sober, like a little more than that. But, you know, seeing that story was just, you know, really incredible.
Yeah, bro, that should be inspiring me, no funny shit. Because I'd be like, if they could do it, a nigga like him, who's like, you know, like, you can't really say what. Nicky Jam grew up in probably
Puerto Rico. He
like, you know, he grew up poor and shit, just like the rest of us. Like, you feel me?
Right.
He been through the same type of shit growing up, traumas and shit, probably worse than us in Puerto Rico. Like,
nah, his story is insane because like to add on top of the drugs, and I think the reason he kind of like went towards drugs is because he was born in Boston, right? In but like not in Boston, but like in this town called Lawrence, Massachusetts.
My brother was born there.
Oh yeah, so you know, so Lawrence is like, you know, it's kind of like a rough neighborhood, like kind of like a rough city. You know, same thing, like a lot of drug trafficking, a lot of, you know, gang violence and, you know, shit like that. So he grew up in that type of environment. And his dad, and well, his mom was on drugs and also ended up becoming a prostitute. So she was just, you know, kind of like nowhere to be found, not really a good motherly figure, like abusive to her and her, like, and his sibling. Yeah, I think he had like one sister. His dad, you know, regular working dude, you know, did the best he could and shit. And his dad, to like, I think like to afford rent or to like, you know, like come up with some money, like did one drug deal with somebody. Like, you know, not even like a drug deal. He just like, he moved something from one side of Massachusetts to the other side. One of the guys ended up like snitching or something like that. He ended up getting locked up or arrested, and they had to flee back to Puerto Rico to escape, like, you know, like the police persecuting them like in Lawrence and shit. So, and that was like when Nicky was like a younger person. Then like he got into music and they stayed in Puerto Rico, and you know, it was just it's a lot on it. You gotta watch the show. It's really dope, but it's just a lot. It's just so many moving pieces that explain about it.
I heard about the shit when I was in jail and shit. People talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And that shit, his story inspired me because I just looked at it like, if he got all the millions and he could stay away from the drugs.
Yeah, like why can't you?
Come on, bro. It's like, come on. That's the main thing about popping pills now is that shit is expensive. Like,
yeah, I can imagine
who you are, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, to cop a perk 30 now is $35. You heard? So
yeah,
and niggas is not just popping one. Like, if
exactly.
you really pop pills, like
me.
I know my limits. Like, I know what my body's gonna require if I start popping them shits again.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna need, by the end of the day, I'm on 5. and that's times 35 every single day.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then I smoke weed, I smoke cigarettes. Then when you high off pills, you doing everything more. So you smoking more cigarettes than you would.
Right.
So it's like
smoking more weed too.
You smoke cigarettes and weed every day, but if you pop a perk that day, you're gonna smoke double the amount of cigarettes.
Yeah, right.
And double the amount of weed, and you're probably gonna eat twice as more.
That kind of makes sense because Nikki ended up becoming a little chubby.
Depending on it depends.
Yeah.
It depends what type of addict you is, because listen, bro, like addicts come in all shapes and sizes. You feel me? Like
Right.
it could be a nigga that got money, like you feel me? Millionaires. All these rappers is addicts, bro. All of them.
Yeah.
Straight up. Every single rapper that raps about popping perks,
Yeah.
or drinking lean, you wake up sick every day. You can't tell me you don't. Like,
Right.
if they don't, then they really not popping pills and drinking lean every day, like they say.
Yeah. So it's either they're lying and bullshitting about a serious topic to sell records, which is fucked up, or they're actually, enhancing their addictions to sell records and to relate to other people. So it's kind of
Facts.
fucked up no
That's
matter how you think about
That
it.
too, yeah.
So it
That's
might
crazy.
it might be cool music, and because I'm not gonna lie to you, like I don't do the only thing I do is I smoke weed. That's about it. And all these other drugs, I just never really got into them like that. But I'm not gonna lie to you, like I listen to Future, Shoreline Mafia,
Yeah.
like all these other rappers who rap about sipping lean, like
Bro, you know what's
I can't
crazy?
relate.
Let me tell you something, like not to cut you off, but
Yeah, you good.
it's crazy because you see how you were saying right now about, all right, with the rappers is either one or two things. They either lying about doing the drugs, or they're starting to do drugs to relate to the people, right?
Yeah,
All right. A lot of the people that's regular, like the fans that do drugs, they be getting inspired by the artists, right? They
Yeah,
listen
of
to
course.
Future rap about what perks? Oh, lean, what's that?
that
I
shit
wanna
sounds
try
cool.
that.
I wanna be like Future.
I
wanna
was popping
yeah.
perks before these rappers started rapping about it.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, or before I started hearing it. You feel me? Like, shit.
Yeah.
I wasn't, because I was late to the new wave. Like, I grew up, you feel me? I was born in 94, but like, I grew up under my older brother's wing, my older cousin. Like, I was listening to Mobb Deep and Nas, Omega, Capone and Noriega for years. Like, I didn't start listening to my generation of music till like senior year of high school. Like, I was late on all that shit, but I was already popping pills before these niggas was rapping about it. So when I used to hear Gucci Mane and Future rap about it, I was like, oh, they pop perks too? That's how I looked at it. I
Okay,
wasn't listening to it like, oh, what's that? Oh, I want to try that because they talk about it. I was like, oh shit, he drink lean too?
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, that's crazy. Like, but it did still like put the battery in my back to keep doing it though.
Okay,
Because
that was
then
my
it
next
well,
question.
then, yeah, like, so it did work against me anyways, but it's still a difference though. Like, that made me feel like, oh, it was okay to do it. Like, oh, because my favorite rapper is doing the shit.
Yeah, so why can't I do it?
And he alright, you feel me? Like, he rich.
Yeah.
So he functioning. At the time, I used to think like pills gave me more energy and shit. Like, I used to feel like that shit gave me more ambition to do whatever. Like, if I was off a perk, I'll go anywhere with you on any mission.
Yeah,
Like,
I got
it don't
you, yeah.
matter. It don't matter what it is, bro. We could go walk from Washington Heights to Brooklyn on foot, and I will do it. You feel me? If it's a mission, like,
Yeah.
fuck it, we out. We gonna get some money. Let's go.
Yeah,
Like,
you gotta be on something until you say, all right, let's walk from Wash Heights
I
all
used
the way
to
to
feel
Brooklyn.
like Superman off that shit. Like, so
Yeah.
that's really what had me addicted to it at first.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this feeling, like, oh shit. The way I started doing it, I used to hear people in my neighborhood talk about it.
Okay.
Standing on the street corners, literally, outside, smoking weed, like
Yeah.
being a teenager, 14, 15 on the block, and hearing the older niggas talk about it, yeah. And I was hearing about it on some money shit, Like, I used to hear people like, yeah, I just sold 100 perks and made this much, you feel me?
Okay.
Or I just sold 100 blues and And then I'm listening and I would ask questions, yo, what's that, like, whatever. What's a perk? What's a blue? What's the difference? Why a blue is $18 and a perk is $6? That was mad long ago.
Yeah.
Now blues is $35 and yellows is $20. You feel me? Shit like that. But this was back then when yellows was $6, $5 and shit. I was hearing about people talk about it on some money shit. Like,
Yeah.
I just made this much off of that. And then I asked, yo, how that shit make you feel? And somebody told me it makes you feel like you smoke 10 blunts to the face. So I was a teenager, right? I'm 15,
of
16.
course you're gonna want to try
I'm
that
like,
shit
what?
out.
Like,
Yeah.
you feel me? Around that age, I used to go to school, like, if me and my boys just smoked a 30-piece last night, like we smoked 3 blunts. I used to come to school bragging about shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, we smoked 3 blunts yesterday. You crazy? Just me and him. We went 10, 10, 10. You know what I mean? So when you telling me pop 1 pill that costs $6, $7, that shit gonna make you feel like you smoked 10 blunts by yourself. I was like, hell yeah, I want to try that shit.
Yeah, exactly. When you put it like in those terms.
But when I did it,
did it feel like that?
It felt better than that. Like,
really?
Yeah,
okay.
It didn't feel like that. Like,
right.
I felt energetic. Like, I didn't feel slumped like I was off 10 blunts.
Yeah.
I felt good. I was like, what? What's up? Like, the night is young. We out. Like, I was just, and I fell in love with that feeling. Like, always being active, never being lazy. You feel me?
So like, you never really got into the stage of like just popping perks, not doing anything. It was the opposite. You were popping perks and doing a lot of shit. Or it depends. It's here and there.
Hold on, look. This is crazy because at first it was like that. Like, I'm doing shit, you know? I'm getting money, whatever. And I ain't gonna say how I was getting money, but whatever.
You was doing what you had to do.
Whatever. You
not
know?
going to judge.
We're not gonna be on the, you know what I'm saying? Because this shit is gonna go on the internet.
Yeah, now you Gucci.
But nigga get money and shit, so I'm good. I'm popping my pills, and I have shit to do every day, you know? And eventually, though, but years down the line, you feel me? Years down the line, like, you feel me? All right, let's just say like this. There was this person I was getting money doing business with, and she was a millionaire, right? She was a rich, white, Jewish lady. And that was my source of income, right? Once I met her, I was making so much money that everybody else didn't matter. Like, I stopped answering the phone for other people. Like, you ain't spending as much money as her, like, you feel me?
Yeah.
These other people, I used to give their numbers away. You can have him, you can have him. I'm good with this one. So this rich lady ended up going to rehab, right? Get her shit together. Now my whole run is over.
Yeah, that was it.
I don't got nothing to do now. I'm just in the house. I still got some money though. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been getting money this whole time, so I got money saved up. But like I said, once I met her, I cut everything else off. So when she went away, I don't got shit now.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't have like no backups or anything like that.
Nothing. Like, I didn't have a plan B. I really thought like that shit was gonna last forever. Or even if it didn't, the money that I was making, like,
it would have lasted. It would have lasted you like whatever. You
I
could
could
have
stack
done something
enough
with
that
that.
if she leave, I got enough money to before I find my next venture.
Yeah, like you could do something with that.
I'll find something else to do before I go broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll have enough money, but no, I ended up going broke before I found something else to do. You feel me? Popping pills, because now I don't got the money coming in, but I still got the same habit every day. You understand? I'm still popping the same 5 pills every day, and I had a girl at the time that was popping pills too. So everything I was doing was double.
Yeah, you got to pay for her shit too.
And she had her own money. No funny shit. She had her own money. When I went broke, she was taking care of me for like 5 months.
Okay.
Facts. And like I felt cursed at the time, bro, because like once I ran out of money, it was over. Like I felt like a loser, bro. Like, facts. Like, that's when I went to every day just doing pills and not having nothing else to do. I got skinny. You feel me? When I went to jail, I weighed 122 pounds. Facts.
122?
I wish I would have brought the paperwork because I still got it in my house. The day I got locked up, March 20th, 2017. That was the day I got arrested.
Okay.
I weighed 122 pounds. Facts.
I was gonna ask you about like your weight fluctuation too, because I seen pictures of you on Instagram where you were chubby. Like, you know, no disrespect. Like, you were a little heavy set.
Listen,
compared to like you look great now. Like you're leaned out,
look,
which
exactly.
is good.
I'm gonna walk you through all that.
Yeah.
First of all, since a kid, I always been running. Right. Shout out to my pops. He always took me jogging. Me and my brother, we always, and my cousin, the same one that I told you, I came up under my brother and my older cousin's wing. Feel me? Me, my brother, my older cousin, and my father always used to go jogging since kids. It's just in our blood. Like, my father jogs always.
Yeah.
So, like, whatever. I went to jail 122 pounds. That was because I was on drugs and not doing nothing else. Like, that was when I fell into that, right? I lost weight. I wasn't eating because every dollar that I had, I was dedicating it to my next perk. You feel me? Or my next pack of cigarettes or my next blunt. And I was eating, but, like, because it's not like I ain't have money to eat. Like, the shit that I was eating was bullshit. Yeah. You feel me? And I was so high throughout the day that you forget to eat too. That's another thing.
Yeah,
like,
no
by the
bullshit,
time you remember to eat, it's 3 a.m. Like, fuck, damn. Like, I used to always be like, fuck, I want a Wingstop. It's 3 a.m. Like, damn.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? I went to jail. Now, like I said, I was on Suboxone in jail. I'm recovering. This is the thing about when you recover from perks. you start to eat more, you feel me? Because you wasn't eating before. You ripping and running the streets, especially if you out there trying to hustle and trying to get a dollar, you feel me? Like, if you addicted to drugs, you got to go out there and try to get some money. Even if you ain't going to never have no money saved, because like I said, every dollar is dedicated to the next perk, but
Yeah.
you still got to get out there and run around. So you doing more running around than sitting and chilling, eating. You know what I'm saying? So when you go to jail, now you ain't doing none of that. You sitting down, you eating. I gained, bro, look, like I told you, I lasted 15 months on Rikers Island before I went upstate. So from March 2017 to June 2018, that's 15 months. When I went upstate in June 2018, I weighed 231 pounds. So in those 15
From
months,
120.
from 122 to 231.
Damn. Yo, I couldn't even. Most people couldn't even do that if they tried.
That shit happened automatically, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't. That was eating soup and bullshit like jail food.
Yeah, I
like,
got you.
there's no gourmet nothing. Like,
Yeah.
You feel me? The best you're gonna eat is in state prison, but all that weight I gained it on Rikers Island.
Yeah.
And so eating soup, literally like ramen soups, not even the cup noodles, the ones that come in the bag.
Yeah.
Like those
The little
like,
powder
eating
shits.
mackerel. You know what I'm saying? Mackerel fillet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what mackerel is?
I think I've heard it
It's,
before.
it's a fish. You ever heard people say holy mackerel?
Oh shit!
Like,
yeah, I got you.
I
Yeah.
never knew what that was either until I went to jail. I was like, so this is why people like holy
Yeah.
mackerel, like sardines, like this is the
Yeah,
shit.
just like
You know,
like
Rikers
real
Island.
basic shit.
You feel me? Beef sticks and shit, like you know,
Okay,
shit like
yeah, I
that.
got you, yeah.
Chips, but a nigga gained 100 and what was that 115 pounds almost in 15 months. And the crazy thing is, like, I didn't gain more than that because I caught myself right before I went upstate. Like, I just noticed I was getting fat. The COs used to tell me. Because I was, you know, you're on Rikers Island, like,
Yeah,
whatever,
facts.
you see in COs, even if you move from dorm to dorm,
Yeah.
the CO will see you next month and you see
Yeah.
them around. So they used to be like, damn, Casado, you getting fat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be like, word, like, whatever. And boom, like, I went one day to the medical to go weigh myself and shit. And I weighed 236 when I went and weighed myself. I was like, oh shit, like, damn, I really am getting fat. Like, that was like 11 months into my time.
Yeah.
So right there was when I said, yo, I gotta chill out before I go upstate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wanna be fucking 300 pounds by the time I come home, you know?
Yeah, facts.
So I stopped, like, you know, I started going to the yard more, running, you know, like I said, jogging and shit.
Yeah.
So by the time I got upstate in those little 4 months, I dropped 4 pounds. I went from 236 to 231 by the time I went upstate.
Yeah.
But then by the time I came home, the whole time I was upstate, I'm going crazy now because now you could eat rice. You know what I'm saying? You could eat pasta.
Okay, it's not
You know what
not
I'm
as
saying?
hard, not as bad
Go
as
to
you
the
know
yard, you
mackerel
got-
and shit.
You got a whole track in the yard. You jogging for real, calculating like your miles and shit. It's good. Like you get good workouts and shit. So and you get good rest. Like that's another thing. Like you feel me? You don't have none of that in the street when you drugging.
Yeah.
You're not getting rest. You're not working out. You're not eating.
Yeah.
So in jail, you're doing all that.
Well, there's not much to do in jail, anyways. From what I've heard,
Yeah,
people
exactly.
either read, work out, or start trouble.
But in state prison though, upstate, like that's Rikers Island, but upstate, they got mandatory programming. Like you gotta do programs, you gotta be in school or something like.
Okay.
Or in the vocational trade. Like I got a vocational trade.
Okay.
Prison for electricity.
Dope. Okay. Congrats.
facts.
That's, yeah.
I did that in
That's
jail.
good shit right there. Congrats,
Okay.
man.
So if you don't got a high school diploma, you have to get your GED if you go to state prison. It's mandatory. Like if they'll check your records and shit.
Yeah.
And if they see that you don't have a high school diploma, they automatically enroll you in GED.
Okay.
Prison. You feel me?
How did you feel about that? Because from like a civilian side who has no idea about prison, that sounds like a good thing for prisoners or for people
I
to
didn't
kind of like
care.
start over their life and shit.
I didn't care because I had my high school diploma.
Okay.
But
The vocational piece.
I
though.
ain't like it, but look, the vocational shit, like, I think it's good though, overall, no. I think it's good that they do mandatory programs and shit like that because it gives niggas shit to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you doing some shit that it can help you when you
Yeah.
come home.
Exactly.
You get an electrical trade and all type of shit, like masonry trades. You could get trades in whatever, you know what I mean? I didn't like the fact because I didn't want to do a vocational trade. I wanted to go to college. They got a
Okay.
college program too in the jail I was in. You could get your associate's degree. So I was trying to do that. But the guidance counselors in the prisons that assign you your programs,
Yeah.
she told me like, nah, you can't do college until you complete one of the mandatory programs. And the college program doesn't fall under the mandatory programs. The mandatory programs is a vocational trade, GED, or a regular job.
Okay.
I'm like, what do you mean?
That's kind of weird. Yeah, that is kind of like a weird technicality.
I really don't understand that. Like,
yeah. If you already have a high school diploma, it would make sense to go to the next level. Yeah.
I get the diploma part.
But you already have it, though. So if you want to get that, there's no reason why you shouldn't get it.
I would have to complete a vocational trade first before I could go to...
That makes no sense because people like, you know, in the outside, I guess the real world, they either go to vocational school or go to college. It makes no sense to go to both. I mean, you could do both, I guess, but like people either do one or the other.
No funny shit, like I kind of almost argue with her. Like I ain't really argue with her, but like I try to put up a little fight. Like, yo, like you trying to you're really denying me a college education to work in the prison. It's hard to explain because you've never been to jail, but like when you go, the mandatory programs, it's like 2 shifts. You know what I'm saying? Like they give you 2 programs for the day. That you go from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., you go to this program. That could be your vocational trade. And then you come back to the dorm, and then from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., there's another program run.
Yeah.
That's your job. Those are the 2 mandatory hours that you have to be doing programs. But you can't pick college. Like, why not? Like, why it got to be a job in the jail or a vocational trade? Like, so they gave me the vocational trade. I said, all right, I'll do the vocational trade. The other slot that's empty, what we gonna do there? I can't go to college? No, you gotta be a yard assistant, like a porter in the yard, cleaning up garbage in the yard.
Okay.
So I'm like, that's mandatory over a college education?
It seems degrading because you don't want to be a porter. You would rather have a college degree. And plus, it would be dope if you had your associates and you had you were a master in your trade or had that certification. Because like when you get out, you're like, all right, cool. Like I have something. It's not a lot, but I have my associates and I have my, whatever, my master's.
You know what that does to your mind as an inmate? All right, this is why I say like it's good that they have the programs, but for me, like I didn't like that part because that shit discouraged me. Like I'm coming out of the guidance counselor's office, leaving with 2 jobs that I don't want to have. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, a vocational trade. And then you got me like working in the yard, cleaning up garbage, like. But I really wanted to go to college, like. So when they denied me that, it was kind of like, fuck this shit, like. It discourages you. It puts you in inmate mode, like.
Exactly.
I'm in prison trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to go get an education, keep my mind busy. So when the days go by, I got something to do, go to school. So when I come back to the dorm, I got homework to do, right? So I ain't entertaining niggas. When you just a porter in the yard, you go to the yard and pick up garbage.
Yeah, one person.
It don't take, first of all, it don't take number 10 minutes to pick up the garbage in the yard. For the rest of the time now, you just spinning the yard, chilling, talking to niggas. You just occupying your time doing some shit that
you shouldn't be doing in the first place.
It's not even productive when you could be doing some productive shit with your time. Like,
right.
You don't have nothing but time in jail.
Okay.
So would you? I would rather be in a classroom getting some education that I really wanted at the time than be spinning the yard. You feel me? Like, you got other hours that you could go to the yard because they have to give you rec. Like, as an inmate, you have to get your rec time mandatory every day. So, like, I don't want to work in the rec yard. I get my hours for that already.
Exactly, yeah.
You feel me? I don't want to do that.
Like, the rec yard should be for you to, like, kind of, to jog, get some fresh air, do that. Not work and pick up garbage.
So that shit right there puts you in a mentality like, fuck it, like, I was trying to be like a fake goody two-shoe nigga in here, but y'all done denied the nigga his little education. Now you telling me I just gotta be spinning the yard? Like, it puts you like on demon time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you in prison, so at the end of the day, it don't matter how you grew up, who, whatever. Like, you see how you said, like, I ain't really a street dude, whatever. If you go to jail, God forbid, for anything, because it can happen to anybody.
Yeah, no, facts.
There's mad niggas in jail that's not street, bro.
Yeah.
Like, straight off the rip.
You know how people go for, like, tax evasion and for insider trading and shit like that, the white-collar crimes? Like, as soon as those Wall Street boys go upstate with the people who, like, sold drugs and kill people, like, like, it's a wrap. You really can't do nothing about that.
Not to mention there's innocent people in jail, too, so. So it's not just people that do white collar crimes that's not about that shit. It's people that's really not about that shit at all. Like, they don't do none of that. They ain't about no white collar crime, no black collar crime, no blue collar crime, no black on black, white on white, nothing. And they still end up in jail, innocent,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So you could be that type of person. Once you get in that habitat, you forced to adapt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta adapt to that habitat. So it's like somebody like you probably, God forbid, like if you had to do time, you would be one of them people trying to get your college education, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll be like,
or
y'all
like
gotta,
something, you know.
When you get there and you find out we got a college program, you're gonna say, what? I could leave out of here with my associate's degree?
Yeah.
I got 21 months to do.
Yeah.
You know
do
what I'm saying?
months,
I got upstate, I got 21 months to do. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a 2-year degree, but you're in jail, nigga, so everything is gonna be,
yeah,
not really the whole 2 years. Like, you
exactly.
get the shit done in your 21 months.
You can take a lot of credits within those, like,
right.
because again, you really have nothing else to do.
You get your associate's degree at the end of your bid.
Yeah.
Whether it was 2 years or not. You do the work, nigga, you gonna get that degree. So, boom, you gonna wanna do it, somebody like you.
Mm-hmm.
When they tell you can't do that, you gotta go work in the gym, cleaning the gym, or cleaning the yard. Now you just around the niggas who don't want to do the school shit, right? The
are
niggas
unmotivated, don't want to do shit.
Want to spend their time in the yard, gangbanging and shit. You around them now, so you gotta act like them in a way, like, you know what I'm saying, or not act like them, but be ready just like them, like. Be ready to jump, like when you ain't, if you don't even want to be on that type of time, you want to be over here in the class type shit, doing some productive shit. Yeah. That also gives you something to do when you get back to the dorm. Right. Like you got some homework to do too. So even when you out of school, you still doing some school shit. Yeah. So exactly. I don't even got time to even talk to you niggas. Right. So when they tell you can't do that, now you gotta involve with the demons. Facts. But you the good kid. But they telling you can't do the cool school shit. You got to do this first. You got to hang out with them boys. By the time you with them, you like, fuck it. We in the building. What's up? Y'all my niggas, what's up? You cool with everybody. Now you just sucked into it. Now you jailing just like everybody else.
Now when you leave, you're kind of in a more fucked position because when you're in a worse position now than when you came in. The whole point of the whole rehabilitation system is to make sure people leave out better.
That people got misconstrued about jail. It's never about fear. Like, it's never no scared shit. Even you wouldn't be scared. Like, it's not scary. Like, the niggas, the inmates are not scary. You feel me? It's regular people, bro. Like,
Are you talking about Rikers? Are you talking about upstate compared to Rikers, or just in general?
Definitely upstate compared to Rikers. I ain't gonna lie, it's iffy because people will have different opinions. To me, Rikers Island is more crazier than upstate. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of like what the message is behind Rikers. Like, you know, all the documentaries I've seen and, you know, just from what I've heard from people in general, Rikers is a shit show compared to any other prison in the country, honestly.
It's crazy but it's like, it's different though. It depends how you look at it, bro. Because like, all right, Rikers is a little crazier on the inmate side because the inmates, they fighting their cases. They don't know when they going home, right? Yeah. There's niggas in there fighting murders. They thinking like, they don't know if they gonna beat this case. They like, fuck it. So they wilding out. They don't give a fuck. Yeah, exactly. They wilding out. Even like, so I've been there before, like where I'm fighting my case. I don't know how much time I'm gonna get, but that was my first time in jail. So I didn't know how serious my crime was. Like, I was thinking I'm gonna get out soon. But then when I found out that my lawyer told me, you ain't going nowhere, bro. You're going upstate 100%. Like, I don't know how many years you're gonna get, but you going to state prison.
Shout out to your lawyer.
Shout out to him because he kept it a buck. Like, he was like, nigga, you's not going home from Rikers Island. You're going to do some years. I was like, oh, shit. Like, so once you get that memo.
Is that when it kind of got serious? Not serious, but like, did shit get real when he told you that? Like, you're not even locked up in your city no more. You're locked up in a complete separate place.
Like, now you feel like, fuck it, I'm out to be here, so shit. All the hope of getting out your next court date is no longer there. Like, now you know your next court date is just gonna get adjourned again and again and again and again. Right. Like, it's preparing you you about to fight this case for the next 12 to 15, 16, 18 months. However long. Some niggas be on Rikers Island for 36 months fighting the case before getting sentenced. So when you in that stage of your bid, you don't know if it's gonna be 9 years, 4 years, 15 years. Yeah. Right? So the first offer they made me was 8. I was like, what? Yeah. It's my first time in jail. What do you mean? I was like, I ain't gonna say I was scared because like I said, it's not about the inmates, bro. You scared of, nigga, I'm 22. What do you mean 8 years? Nigga, I'm gonna come out when I'm 30?
Yeah, exactly. You just wasted your whole youth.
I'm looking at my mom, my dad in the back of the courtroom like, what? Like,
there's no way, yeah.
My mom like this and shit, you feel me? Matter of fact, take that back. My dad was like this. This is when I knew it was real. My dad was in the crowd like this, like looking like he was about to cry. Yeah. My mom was sitting next to him like this. mad as fuck. Like she wasn't emotional, crying or nothing. That's when I knew it was real, because usually it's the other way around.
Yeah, true.
Your dad looks mad and your mom is crying. My mom was just sitting there like, every other time that I got locked up for some bullshit that I got released immediately, she was always there crying, you know? Like if I got locked up for some weed, she'll be in the courtroom crying like I'm about to get life for some shit or something. I'm
Yeah.
like, Mom, I'm about to get out right now. But when it was actually serious, like just to look at my mom's face, you knew you was in some shit. And it's like, boom, that puts you in a mind frame of like, fuck this shit. So the inmates is kind of wild on Rikers Island in that sense, because they don't know, they fighting their case. You don't know how much time you're about to get, so you don't care. You mad at the world.
Right.
These niggas offered me 8 years. This is my first felony ever. Like, you telling me I can't get the minimum sentence, which is 3.5 years?
Okay.
That's what I'm fighting for. Like, you telling me I can't.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like
I'm a
now
first
that you
offender.
think about it, yeah, like it's like you're probably expecting, all right, you know,
Trying
3
to get me
years
right
and
in the
shit.
middle.
Yeah.
Feel me? For burglary, the minimum is 3.5. The maximum is 15 years. You trying to
Yeah.
get me right in the middle? Like 8? This is my first time. Like damn. Like, and whatever. Eventually, I got to 3.5 because I got a paid lawyer. You feel me? And out of that 3.5, I did 36 months. That's
Okay.
how that shit go.
Shout out to
Shout out
your
to the
lawyer,
lawyer.
man. Lawyers,
Oh.
yeah, you got a lawyer on you.
I got a paid lawyer after like 9 months. The first 9 months, I was fighting a case with that legal aid, thinking like, oh, you know, that's just the first offer.
Yeah.
They offer you 8 years, that's to scare you. They'll eventually come down. 9 months later, they still was offering 8 years. I'm like, nah, you gotta get a paid lawyer. Like,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
As soon as I got the paid lawyer, the next court date, they offered 3.5.
That's really sketchy.
was crazy.
Like, imagine if you
The
couldn't
next
afford. Imagine if you didn't have a lawyer. Technically we wouldn't be talking if you didn't have a lawyer. No bullshit.
I would still be in jail.
That's crazy.
I'd be in jail with, how old am I? 27? I would have 3 years left.
Sheesh.
That's crazy, bro. And I just remember times sitting upstate, looking at the calendar, like, yo, I got 18 months left. That shit used to sound so crazy. Like, saying
Yeah,
that.
honestly.
Like, it was like, damn. Like, after a point, it felt normal, of course. But
Yeah, of course.
it was always them times, though, that you would look and be like, I'm really in this bitch. And
Yeah.
I've really got 16 months left. That's crazy. Like,
Right.
that shit sound retarded.
That you can't even. I don't even know
There's
how to
dudes that
express
go to jail in and out, like they get in and out, and
Yeah.
say it's a nigga like that, and he done went to jail 3 times already. He probably in those 3 times didn't even do 16 months in those 3 trips to jail, and that's just the second half of my bid.
Right.
Like I got
like
16 months left. I just did 16 months. Like damn, like it's mad time. Like it's crazy, but once you get upstate, you got your date. You know when you coming home.
Right.
So now you more chill. And this is the difference. Upstate is more spicy on the CO side. The consequences upstate on that note is more staticky. You know, is more crazy, like, you feel me? The COs on Rikers Island, like, they'll fight you and shit, like, whatever, like, on some
Right.
hood shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
they gangster. Like, the COs on Rikers Island be from the projects in Brooklyn, Harlem. They not from,
Yeah.
you feel me? They hood
Nah,
niggas.
you gotta be a tough person to be a CEO in
On
general,
Rikers
but
Island,
especially on Rikers Island. It's kind of all the
But
rules go out the window with that.
They can't really, like, put hands on you no more because they got cameras all the dorms and shit. So the COs kind of, like, pussy down a little bit.
Yeah.
But they'll still take their badge off and go in the bathroom with you. Like, if you tell them suck your dick or some shit like that,
Yeah.
they not going for that. They acting just like the inmates in that sense. Like, because they still from the projects. They still not taking suck my dick as disrespect.
Yeah. True.
Regardless in the workplace, from an inmate, they feel
Yeah.
like a
I mean,
hood
some
nigga.
inmates think they could just do that.
They'll fight you.
Get away
like,
with it.
Upstate, though, there ain't no cameras inside the dorms.
Yeah.
So them crackers upstate, them white COs, they really will beat the shit out of you, like, and get away with it in ways that's like, bro.
Incredible.
They
honestly.
kill people upstate. I swear to God, bro. I'm not even over exaggerating, bro. Like, in my 3-year bid, it's not like you go to jail. If you go to state prison, right? If you do, I'm gonna say at least 3 years because that's what I did. In those 3 years that I did, like, you're gonna end up in a facility where somebody's gonna die while you're there. Like, it's beyond just hearing stories. You feel me?
Right, yeah. Like,
it's
you
bro, you're gonna
experience it.
witness that shit, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna see niggas walking around with their teeth missing. You're gonna see niggas coming back from the clinic with their head bust like this.
Yeah.
And they beat you up, send you to the infirmary, and the nurses they all on the same page. So, like, they know, like, the nurse will give you that look when they ask you what happened in your face. Like, they looking at you like, you better not say the truth.
Yeah.
Like, so you gotta say you slip and fell.
Yeah, because they got like do like write a report or
so
something
if
like that.
you tell the nurse, you think the nurse is like, she not a CO. She's the nice white lady. She reminds you of your grandma, or she reminds you of your aunt, and you feel comfortable talking to her about what just happened.
Yeah.
She gonna tell the CO that you just like, yo, yeah, he just told me that y'all beat him up. Yeah. They gonna fuck you up even more. Like, that shit is crazy to me, bro. And that shit really goes on, bro. You know how it be pictures of like tweets and shit like that?
Yeah.
That go float around Instagram and shit. I seen one of those that was like a whole essay of somebody talking about an experience of one of their loved ones in prison. Like, oh, my cousin or whoever it was, like their boyfriend or whoever it was that was in jail, that person was tweeting like, oh, he's going through this in jail, he going through that. They starving him. They putting they was putting shit in his food and all that. You feel me? The COs, that type of shit. When you see that online, just know that that's real. Bro.
Unfortunately, I've seen too many of those posts, and on top of that, there have been documentaries and maybe like videos like within the media that have expressed that. That's even there was a show, or I don't know if it's out no more. Orange is the New Black. I didn't know how truthful it was, or how much of a true story that show was, because it's about like a women inmates. But bro, honestly, after that show, because it's kind of like a fucked up comedy, but it's like dark comedy show, but it's also it's real and shit. I watched like a few episodes. Yeah, but like one of the main characters, or one of the most beloved characters, dies because one of the COs is like stepping right on top of her head, and he wouldn't get up.
They beat you up, handcuffed.
Yeah.
And shit. There's one of the most famous prisons in New York State. Like, I be forgetting the name because it's mad, like the maximum security prisons. That's the famous prisons, like Sing Sing, Attica, like, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. I forget which one of those it is, but it's one of the maximum prisons that got a long ass staircase, like some Rocky Balboa shit.
Right.
And there's those are shit, like, unless you're in that jail, you're gonna hear the stories, right? Like, niggas done got thrown down those stairs, bro, handcuffed.
Yeah.
And died at the bottom of them stairs. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's like legends and shit like that floating around the whole New York State system, like, about this prison that got this many bodies buried under the gym.
And no one does anything about it.
Bro, they don't send bodies home to the family, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so they just disappear?
It depends how you die.
Yeah.
Like, if the COs kill you, you just disappear.
Right.
You're not getting sent home to your family. They're gonna get away with that unless they cracking down on it now, but it's been like that for so long, bro. It's like, bro, they know what's going on. You would think that the captain, the lieutenant, the white shirt is, when he comes, you're like, oh my God, thank God. No, he's in on it.
It's worse, yeah. It's kind of like in the movies, like where like the warden's the worst one. The warden, like,
corrupt.
Yeah.
Everybody. The only person that can save you, the only thing that can save you is Albany. Like the actual, that's where everything is in New York.
That's the capital of New York State, yeah.
So everything legal is Albany. Like, Albany is the only place that can save you, nigga. Cuomo. If you get that, because Cuomo be visiting the prisons and shit, you know what I'm saying? He be pulling up and all that.
Yeah, so that's when everyone has been their best behavior.
That's when the COs they hate him. They hate him.
Damn, no one likes him at all.
That's crazy.
Not even the COs.
The inmates love him because when he comes, it's like, nigga, the COs on their best behavior and shit.
Yeah, everyone gets a break.
Well, I don't know. I ain't even gonna say that the inmates love him. I don't want to speak for everybody.
Yeah.
I ain't even into politics, so I don't know what he does or what he doesn't do.
Well, in that situation, when he comes, just for him coming, or any governor, when they come in general,
I know
it's
that
better.
The shit that I have heard about him is like he done did a lot of shit beneficial for the inmates. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen too much where he did some shit that was bad for the inmates. Like the laws that he be passing be for the inmates.
Right,
When it comes
okay.
to jail shit. Like, laws that be passed within the prison system is usually beneficial for the inmates when it's like some Cuomo shit.
Yeah.
So that's why they like him, like the COs don't.
Well, I mean, I wonder how that's gonna change because Cuomo got caught up with that whole sex scandal, with that whole he's over the summer. Well, not even over. Yeah, over the summer.
I don't really know, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't really be in tune with much of that. Like,
so a couple of his aides, I guess, like women that were working with him, were filing sexual lawsuit claims that he was getting a little touchy and shit. It was at least like 10 women too. Yeah, so now he's out as governor. Now there's a new governor. I don't know anything about her, but Well, we're gonna see how that changes for prisons and inmates. Hopefully it's better, at least in that sense.
Let me not say much. Like, I don't know. Like, I hope nobody flame me in the comments. But Cuomo, De Blasio, whichever one, there's somebody out there that got that respect from them inmates. Like, it's somebody that's political that niggas fuck with.
I think if it's upstate, then it would be Cuomo because that's all that's New York State.
Exactly.
Shit. De Blasio
all the
can't
memos
really do much.
all the memos that's posted around the jail, memorandums, that's this when rules change within the jail, that it's like, oh, we're now letting, like, all right, for example, you're allowed to get packages in jail, right?
Right.
And you could get food sent from home.
Okay.
They try to stop that shit. Right before I went upstate, like, I was hearing all the rumors when I was on Rikers Island waiting to go upstate.
Just to make matters
they
worse.
They about to stop the packages, that you'll only be able to get packages from a catalog. You'll have to order it from out of a magazine and shit, instead of your family being able to go to Costco and shopping for you, right? Your mom buying you everything you like, your girl, whoever.
And these prisons, they probably have contracts with these catalogs, so it's probably like a money-making scheme for them too.
They was trying to do that.
Yeah.
And trying to eliminate cans. You can't get cans no more in the package because niggas just use the can tops as weapons and all that crazy shit.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, it was Cuomo who put a stop to all that. Like, nah, y'all bugging. We gonna keep them packages coming. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, he didn't let them stop that. Like, they try to stop it in the state prison system. All the prisons in New York State, they was gonna no more home packages. You had to order from a catalog, which is not only whatever they contract you, but it's more expensive than your family going to the supermarket.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
Whatever
of course
costs,
it
like,
is. Yeah.
I ain't even gonna say no specific products, but it could be anything. Whatever costs $1.50 in the supermarket costs $4.50 in the catalog. That's a fact. It could be a Snickers bar.
Man, of course, there's
crazy,
there's definitely some corruption in there too, because of course, like the prisons probably have like some contract with the catalogs. If they're jumping the prices up that much,
the boxes,
it only makes any sense.
The boxes of instant juice that comes in the little single packets.
Yeah.
Weiler's juice, Arizona's.
Yeah.
Boom. Crystal Lights. Them shits be like $1 a box.
Mm-hmm. How much in the catalogs?
In the catalog is like $4, $3.50.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Even in the commissary is cheaper. Like, commissary in jail is gonna sell you that box for $1 or $2.
Yeah.
The catalog is like everything double, triple the price. You're like, what the fuck? So like they was trying to make it to where you could only get your packages from there. Where it's like, all right, and then you allow 35 pounds of food, right? That's the maximum limit in your food package.
Okay.
35 pounds a month. And you got to get
okay, 35 pounds a month.
Yes.
Okay.
And as far as food packages from home, right?
All right.
You can still go to commissary too. You get to go to commissary every 2 weeks. And you got to get those packages. You could get 2 packages in a month. They just can't exceed 35 pounds in food. You feel me?
Okay.
But it can be split into 3. Like, so like if you get 1 package that's 20 pounds, your next package better be 15 pounds. So you get the whole 35 for the month. Like, say if you get 1 package that's 10 pounds and your next package is 10 pounds, you can't get a third one till the next month type shit. You understand what I'm saying? So anyways, if your family makes a 35-pound package for you and they spend $220 on that, like the whole 35 pounds of food came out to $220.
Yeah.
If it would have been ordered in the catalog, it would have been like $450, $500. Crazy, like,
man, that's insane.
And if I'm not mistaken, it was Cuomo who saved the inmates from having to.
Well, listen, every politician, even the bad ones, even do good sometimes. Like, there's a saying, even a broken clock is right twice a day. So,
but if I ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? If he on some sexual harassment shit, I don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen. That was you're speaking from your experience. You're not even speaking from like a political philosophy bullshit. This is your story. So from what and he did something good for you, for people who were like in your situation
at that time.
And that's a fact.
Because his new allegations is new, right? We speaking on some shit that was years ago.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, no one really knows shit. But let's be real. No one really knows anything.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro. That sexual harassment shit in the higher up world is crazy.
I keep telling people, all these rich politicians and billionaires and even like people in the music industry, all of them either, like are into kids, are into like sexual harassment crazy, or, these people are all fucked up.
What you think about people talking about like people, how they say the gay shit in Hollywood, like not even like the gay agenda being pushed.
Yeah.
None of that. Like that's his own conversation. I don't even want to talk about that.
Right.
But when they say like how the rappers be gay, like they be like, yo, y'all favorite rappers be going to Hollywood parties and be fucking these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think that really happens, bro? I don't know if I want to be a rapper no more, bro.
Low key, bro, I kind of do, because, for example, you've seen the Boondocks, right?
A few times. Like I wasn't an avid watcher, so
Right,
I'm not
okay.
gonna just say like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you can't just tell me a scene right now.
I got you. Okay.
Reenact the scene, and I won't.
All right. So the Boondocks is one of my favorite shows because they're it's considered an anime, but what they do is that they're very fucking honest.
I know exactly
with what happens specifically, I guess, like in a black urban
life,
community type of shit.
I know they do shit like
so
that.
Like they, for example, like episode 1 was about R. Kelly. Was about how R. This is before. This is like 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
They
R.
be
Kelly,
shit like some predicting the future type shit.
Pretty much, yeah. So R. Kelly went to trial for pissing on some girl, some underage girl. It was on video and everything. And the one like there's two brothers, right? So one of the brothers, Huey, he's like, he should be in jail. I don't give a fuck if he's like an R&B artist and stuff like that. His supporters, who are all like, you know, Hispanic and black people who love R. Kelly, were at the court case saying, you know, free R. Kelly, he didn't do shit, who gives a fuck, you know, kind of like ignorant to the fact. And you're thinking like, all right, this is an exaggeration.
He said, who gives a shit?
Pretty much, yeah, because you're thinking, all right, this is a show, this is exaggeration. There's a comedy. There's no way this could be true. But you fast forward 15 years later to this past summer, the same thing. You have people outside of his trial saying, yo, he's innocent, we still love R. Kelly, you know, shit like that.
That's crazy.
So it's kind of like that predictive programming. I definitely believe it's real. They also talk about gay rappers in the industry and how like a lot of people are kind of like in denial about these artists being gay. It's not an issue. It's not an issue, but people are just in denial about it.
But look, when it comes to some shit like that, like being gay, I never like when it comes to with rappers, like I don't know, because they don't be coming straight out the closet like that.
Yeah.
And like the ones that do, it's like they kind of like seem to not be popping no more after that, right? Like, for example, like I Love McConan. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
That made Going Up on Tuesday?
Yeah.
He came out as gay. What happened?
That was it, right? Yeah.
He was signed to OVO before
he
that.
was, yeah. He was like, listen, he had like Going Up on Tuesday was like one of his biggest songs. I remember like in high school, that song was on every single fucking day.
I used to love that song. I used to love
it. It was a cool song.
That song. And I used to like feel like, you know, like not like I was a fan of the nigga, but like I was like, shit, I could go for some more music like this, but never got it, right? So like whatever, he came out as gay, but I still listened to that song for as long as I could listen to it before I got tired of it. Exactly. I didn't care that he was gay.
Yeah.
So like with Young Thug, they say he not gay though, but whatever. I don't, whatever. If you ask me, Young Thug straight, bro, because whatever. He haven't came out, so it's like at the end of the day, these people do so much shit.
Right, exactly.
Like, it's such a new day and age that people like to be weird, people like to be different, whatever you want
to call it. Yeah, like at this point, you don't know if they're gay or if they're just drained. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, nigga, what you gonna tell him? You know what I'm saying?
For real, because who's gonna tell Young Thug to his face, hey, you're a fag or something like that?
In Atlanta, he's known as a gangster.
Yeah.
Like a big gangster, big blood. Like, I heard Young Thug got that shit on lock. Like, you go to Atlanta and you tapped in with Young Thug, you good. Nothing's gonna happen to you. Ain't nobody touching Thug. He walking around with his dress on and whatever he want to wear. He could be wearing high heels, whatever, nigga.
No one's gonna say shit.
He'll shoot you in that same outfit.
Yeah.
And then there's other Atlanta rappers that grew up with him from before all the weird shit. Like, they knew him since he was 13 and 12 years old. And there's interviews of people talking about being in shootouts with Young Thug when he was a kid.
Right.
Like, yo, I done shot it out. Thug done shot at me.
So at this point, him being gay, it doesn't really matter. Like, to me personally, that shit doesn't really like matter.
When it comes to the music shit, like, all right, say he come out as gay. What could you say is different? Like somebody coming out as a snitch. Now it's like, I can't listen to your shit the same. You talking all this gangster shit, but you snitching and shit.
Right, yeah.
You ain't really doing none of the shit you talking about. But Thug could be talking about like gangster shit and come, even if he does come out as gay, which he hasn't. Yeah. But even if he does come out as gay and like he's doing the gay shit, dropping an album called Sex and everything pink, right?
Yeah.
And I fuck with it. I ain't gonna lie, bro, because when I see it pop up on my timeline, I be liking that shit. Like, the little chain that he got that says pink and the sex, whatever, I be liking that shit. That shit look fly. Like, pink jewelry and all that.
And plus, I mean, you respect him as an artist and you support him too.
I respect the artistry part of it. So it's like, and then like I said, he haven't came out as gay. Even if he does, I don't know, like it haven't, it depends, like if the way they come out makes you uncomfortable, I think like I don't want to talk too much on shit like this, but like Lil Nas X with the pregnancy belly.
That shit
That
is weird.
shit that
Yeah.
when I see that shit on
I
my
agree.
timeline, I'm clicking the little 3 dots and I'm gonna put hide hide content
Yeah.
like this. Like
Well,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I don't want to see no
Yeah.
more from this post, like from this page. Whoever the
Yeah,
fuck
no,
just
I got
posted
you.
that,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
hide that person from popping up on my timeline.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to see shit like that.
Yeah, listen, even me, I've grown up with gay people.
But
My parents have had gay friends. That was nothing,
there's nothing wrong with that.
but they're not out here trying to look pregnant.
Like, that's
They're
crazy.
not out here giving the devil a lap dance. They're not out here doing all that flamboyant shit. It's like it makes gay people almost look bad in a sense.
Look, don't they got like you know, like blackface and shit like that? When white people paint their face black, that's the
Yeah.
whole thing. Oh my God, blackface! You use blackface! You use blackface! You use blackface! You use blackface! Not to say nothing like if that's wrong, like whatever. If you're using blackface and you deserve to get called out, you get called out. If that's wrong, whatever.
Yeah.
But ain't that the same shit as Lil Nas X trying to look pregnant? You're a man. You trying to emulate like
Yeah.
to do some shit that a woman could do. The same way a white person is painting their face black, trying to appear black.
I agree.
Or making fun of black people or whatever. You
My-
doing that,
yeah.
either making fun of pregnant women or
Exactly.
or whatever.
Making
So
a
why they
mockery
don't-
out of it.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So, but not even to touch on that.
Yeah.
That's just to compare the difference of if Young Thug was to come out as gay compared to something like Lil Nas X. Because
Yeah.
Lil Nas X is doing the pregnancy and everything. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
but if Young Thug come out as gay, what you gonna say? He's still a
Nothing.
gangster.
Yeah.
Like you could still listen to his music and still
Exactly,
believe it.
yeah, like-
because just because he's gay don't mean he won't shoot
Yeah.
your head
Listen,
off.
people
Like,
are saying he's bisexual, and I'm like, all right, like you know,
I
it's
don't
whatever.
care.
Because
I still love his music.
you know what it is? He's not using his sexuality to sell records.
And let me say this too.
Lil Nas X, he's selling the whole gay thing to sell records, and
Let me
that's
say
the
this
problem
too.
I have.
Let me say this too. Not to I know I'm getting excited right now. But
You good? Man,
let's
go
say
ahead.
this,
Go
like
on.
though, even like I just said all that about Lil Nas X, but realistically, musically, he's still nice too. I think Lil
He's
Nas,
decent.
I'm not
He's-
gonna
he's
say
alright.
I
I'm not
don't listen
gonna
to
lie
his music, but
He's alright.
I don't listen to his music, but I go off of shit like this. Look, I heard Old Town Road when I was in prison. I didn't know this artist. I didn't know what he looked like. I didn't know none of the antics behind him. Right?
Yeah.
Same with
Yeah.
most of these
Nobody
niggas.
really knew, honestly.
6ix9ine, when he came out, I was in jail. All these rappers, Lil TJ, everybody that came out, like whatever, from 2017 to 2020, because that was the time I was in jail.
Yeah.
I ain't see him. I just heard him on the radio. You feel me? So I was hearing Old Town Road on the radio. I didn't know this was a gay artist, none of that shit. Like, I liked the song. That shit sound fire. I said, yo, some nigga just swagged that shit out. He did a country song and rapped on it.
Yeah. No funny shit. Yeah.
Bodied that. Like,
Yeah.
that was fire. Boom. Then you find out he's gay. The song was supposedly about a dude. It's like, all right. So it's like, whatever. At that point, it's like, all right, whatever. By the time that shit came out, like, I was out of jail. Like, by the time I found out about that shit, I was over the song anyways. So
Yeah.
it's like, I wasn't going to listen to the shit no more.
It doesn't
No
it
way.
doesn't make a difference anyways.
I wasn't going to listen to
honestly.
this shit no more anyways. But that song, Industry Baby, that he got with Jack Harlow, I
Yeah.
never searched it up. I never looked for it. I never listened to the song in its entirety. But hearing it on Instagram, like scrolling through and
Yeah.
seeing the shit, little clip of the shit sound fire. Like the instruments on that song, like
It was
I've seen it on a
produced
few
well,
people-
mixed well.
I've seen it on a
that.
few people's stories and shit, and it's just the sound caught my ear. You feel me?
Yeah.
And if that shit sound good to you when you're not looking at it and you don't know who it is, when you go pick up the screen and you're like, oh, that's Lil Nas X. What you gonna say now? That the song is
Yeah.
trash?
I mean,
just
you already
liked
liked it. Exactly. You already went
So-
through the whole motion of listening to it.
I think what I could say about him is that he knows how to make music. That's it. He know how to construct.
He
a
know,
song.
he knows how to piss people off
That
via the gay agenda, which I'm
But-
not a huge fan of. But
Yeah,
at the same time,
that's just
from a
one
marketing
conversation.
from a marketing perspective, it's smart. He knows
Yeah.
how to rile the people up. He knows how to do that, and that's you kind of have to do something like that nowadays, which
But
it
it's
sucks,
fucked up
but
because,
it's whatever.
look, it's fucked up because it's like I said, if Young Thug comes out as gay, right?
Yeah,
I'll listen to his shit. Still listen to his music, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Because I think it's good.
Yeah, no, Thug's a legend.
Lil Nas X is out as gay, but I won't listen to his music. Why? Because his antics make it to where his music is not enjoyable no more.
Exactly.
Because of the antics behind it.
Bingo.
When if he wouldn't, he don't gotta do none of that. If he wasn't doing none of that, like acting pregnant and overly trying to be gay, and then when they call him out on it, like you don't think the kids, and he'd be like, I don't give a fuck them kids. Like
Exactly.
you feel me? Like,
I have
when you
I have a
doing
big
all
issue with that too.
You doing all that, and even though you say I'm just joking, like whatever, nigga,
Yeah.
you still saying it, like whatever.
Exactly.
Nigga. That if you wasn't doing none of that extra shit, I could still listen to his music. Like, I could go search up Industry Baby and listen to it knowing that that's a gay artist.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't give a fuck. I'll listen to the shit. That shit fire.
Yeah.
As long as it's not saying no gay shit that I can't sing along to.
Yeah.
You feel me? Whatever. But so, like, me saying, like, if somebody play Lil Nas X, and I'd be like, yo, cut that shit off, bro. Like, it ain't because he gay.
It's more than the music.
It ain't because he gay. Because the song, I probably like the shit. Nigga, but I can't listen to it because I'm just have his whole antics in my head instead of being able to enjoy the music. Yeah,
bro, not to cut you off, but I know how to answer your question, the answer you asked me before now. With that whole agenda shit, with these artists, they're not just making up ideas by themselves. And, like, obviously, I'm pretty sure, like, you know shit like this too. It's like, it's a marketing team, the labels, publishing. These are the people who are really sick in the head and are putting these ideas in his mind. Either he's under contract, he has no choice, or he's just being manipulated. You choose which one is worse. But there are outside people telling him, yo, do the pregnancy shit. Because the whole trans thing is in. And people, if you say anything against that, you're known as a transphobic person or a homophobic person, even though you don't have that malicious hate in your heart. They're telling him, yo, dude, do all of this, do like the sneaker shit, which is fucked up, and do like the whole music video. All those antics do it. It's not just him. He's saying okay to it. But in reality, it's the industry in itself that's really sick in the head, that doesn't care about the kids, that doesn't care about women, that doesn't care about women who can't get pregnant. Because think about it, if you're a woman who cannot get pregnant, that's insulting. A man cannot get pregnant. A part of being a woman that's so powerful and beautiful is that they can give life to humanity. A man, we can't do that. And that's okay.
And there's a lot of girls out there who can't give birth for whatever health reason.
Exactly. So for
like,
me,
you're making a mockery out of that kind of.
And we're in this whole cancel culture shit where, like, you could do some bullshit, a joke, and get canceled. But he can't get canceled because of that?
I could get canceled for this interview, and I'm not even nobody.
Exactly.
I got 200 followers. I could get canceled before I even have a career, before I could conjure up.
And we're just having a conversation. We're not hurting nobody. We're not insulting nobody. But he gets to go on and pretend to be pregnant.
That's crazy.
And said that he doesn't give a fuck about the kids. Come on now.
That's crazy.
There needs to be a little bit of responsibility from that. But of course, a lot of these artists, and of course Hollywood, and of course the music industry, they don't give a fuck.
Look,
they never have, and they never will.
You know why it's man dangerous? Because I'm a nigga, like, I encourage the youth to use the internet, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm not like, I be telling my sister and my brother, like, well, my brother probably don't really need to be told because he, men probably think more alike, like. But I be telling my sister and my mom, like, when it come to my mom watching my nieces and shit, like being grandma and shit, watching my brother and my sister's daughter. My sister's daughter's 10 years old, right? Shout out to my niece Alina. And then my brother's daughter is 3 years old. Shout out to my other niece Alice.
Oh, wait, real quick. Alina came to the cypher, right?
Yes, that's
she
the one that
did.
popped
Okay,
up. Yeah,
but, all right.
Baby. That's a
that was mad cute. Yeah,
Look,
that's cool.
I be telling my mom when she be like babysitting her, like, yo, don't limit her time on the iPad. Don't limit her time on the computer. What's the point of that? Like, because, like, this is all through the corona, right? They doing school through Zoom, right?
Yeah.
My mom used to try to make her get off the computer, get off the iPad as soon as class was done. Class is over, you do your work, that's it, no play. Like, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, let her do her shit. Let her be on YouTube. She done with her schoolwork. Let her surf the web on her little iPad.
Yeah.
Let her, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree with that, as long as it's not like inappropriate stuff.
No. Look,
but at the end of the day, listen, I think kids should go into like learning Adobe, Photoshop. Should go into learning,
this is what I'm about to get to.
All that shit.
Because I feel like on YouTube you can learn way more than you can learn in school. That's for one thing.
All of this shit right here, YouTube.
For one thing, exactly. You can learn way more than you can learn, and then you can learn what you want to learn. On top of that, right? But school is still important. Like when you're a kid, like of course, like
if you're a 10-year-old, you have to go to school.
You gotta
you have to go to school.
You gotta do at least, my nigga. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I don't even think a high school diploma is necessary, but just make it to high school. Like, you feel me?
Okay, yeah.
By the time you a teenager, bro, like, I ain't gonna say you understand life, my nigga, but, like, I'm saying the shit that you're gonna learn in them classrooms ain't really, like, that's it. Like, bro, it's over. Like, the basics of life that you had to learn, you learned it already when you're in 11th grade already. So if you drop out, that doesn't mean that you're not ready, right? How many dropouts became successful?
I would say... It depends. I mean, I see where you're coming from.
But I'm just saying, especially in this day and age, the shit that we got access to, bro.
Yeah.
Look what I always say.
That is true. You're right about that.
Look what I always say. back in the days, to get this like stock information, how to invest in stocks, how to invest in real estate.
Yeah.
All them conversations was happening in Wall Street, right?
Thanks.
In buildings, skyscrapers on the 79th floor.
Yeah.
You had to get, how you gonna get in them rooms? How somebody like you gonna get in there? How am I gonna get in there dressed like this?
They won't let you pass the
They're not
lobby.
gonna let us in. How
Yeah.
is we? First of all, we in them times we was babies. But even if not, how your father was gonna get in that room? How my father was gonna get in that room? You can't. You're not. You know, you had to be one of them. You had to
Exactly.
have a college education. You had to be one of their co-workers that work somewhere together. You know, and be on that caliber of education and shit. Now, them same conversations is being had on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Them same niggas that was in them offices on the 79th floor, that nigga started a YouTube channel and put his camera right there, and he be talking and giving out game. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to find those videos because a lot of niggas be on YouTube talking man bullshit.
Yeah,
It's not
that's true.
that.
Yeah, filter out
That's
what
why it's
information you get in.
dangerous. You understand? So yeah, like it is dangerous because it's like you gotta be seeing shit for a kid. You wanna hope it's PG-13. It's not no crazy shit, right? You don't want them seeing no wicked shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is good for them though. When I tell my mom, like, I'm saying it in the sense of like they can learn, like, you know, like you don't know, like if she want to watch cartoons on her iPad, of course that's what she gonna do. She gonna watch cartoons.
Yeah.
But you don't know that if she's done with them cartoons afterwards, she just go look some shit up that'd be educational, like, you know, that, but some shit that she can't learn in school, like.
Right,
What if my
absolutely.
niece is 10 years old and she's interested in cryptocurrency? Like, how you gonna tell her she not? Like,
Exactly.
you can't tell her she too young, like,
Yeah.
to start learning
And
about
you
it.
also can't tell her that that's not a priority because that's the
Exactly.
future.
What do you mean?
It would be morally and financially irresponsible to tell a kid or an adult even, hey,
Bro.
cryptocurrency or things that are happening right now
Exactly.
is not important to
NFT.
learn in the future.
Word about mother, I was on my way over here, I was thinking about this shit. On my way over here, I was like this, like just thinking in my head, and I was like, how could I get my niece, my 10-year-old niece, to start like being interested in this type of shit? How do I raise her interest in money and like money management? Like, how do I get her to want to learn about that shit? How do I make that shit look cool to her? That she come around, Theo, like, yo,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Pull up that Bitcoin shit. I want to see, like, you know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
yeah.
That I put a little video on and she can go watch, you know? Because these kids is mad advanced, bro. So it's like,
Bro,
I could
you have no idea.
Look, I
This
could be
shit is
doing my
crazy.
research, and I know how to research to the extent that I know how to research. But my niece might get on that motherfucker and find some shortcuts and find some other ways to do and reach better information, and she might come back teaching me shit.
Yeah.
Theo, you know about NFTs? Because I bet you ain't know about this. You know about Bitcoin, but you don't know about NFTs. And it's like, yeah, I know what it is, but like I really haven't fully got to grasp the whole concept around NFT because like there's a lot of shit going on in my head. Like I'm still trying to fully understand the crypto shit, right? I done made a couple racks off the shit already, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's off not knowing shit. That's just off knowing what I watched off YouTube.
That's the beauty of it. You made a profit off of something you really have not that much information about.
Off the phone, bro. I'm talking about off my phone, bro.
Yeah.
When I came out of jail, I was broke, and that's like when I started looking into the shit. Like just put yourself in my shoes. You just came out of prison after doing 3 years. You got your phone. This is your first time on YouTube in 3 years. So I'm just going watching all type of videos, right? And I get to watching shit about Bitcoin and shit, like. And at the time in March 2020, Bitcoin was 4,500.
Mm-hmm.
I was broke though. I couldn't afford one, but it's like, damn, imagine if I would have had the 25 stacks then, if I would have been able to invest in Bitcoin when it was 4,500.
Right.
Right now, Bitcoin's like 50,000 or 40-something thousand.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It things like 50 something right now.
Come on, nigga. And like, my shit's still up. Like, you know, like my shit is still in the green as far as that, the money that I've invested.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at a profit with it. But it's like, I just think, imagine how much more it could have been if I would have, you know what I'm saying? If I would have had some money when I came home.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. But I'm not mad because throughout that time, I was doing research and teaching myself and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you feel what I'm saying?
The fact that you're able to teach yourself that type of shit, it says a lot about you because a lot of people need kind of like a blueprint or a teacher to teach them. Even me sometimes. Everything with like, I'm getting into stocks little by little. I have a couple of investments in there. I'm learning about audio. I'm learning about video shit. All of that experience in YouTube. Doing multiple interviews, editing this shit myself, and YouTube. Yeah. And for me, like, I'm in college right now, but I'm not the biggest fan of formal education. I think experience is really the best teacher. And that goes for anybody because you don't have to be a smart person to go through experiences.
But bro, especially
and trial and error.
especially now, because you could really create your own money, bro. Like, literally, like, you see how, like, you rent this space, you invest in your equipment. I don't know if you own none of this. You don't got to get specific, but, like, you come in here and rent this space, and you got the mic, and you get the, like, whatever.
All the equipment
and
you see
don't
is
even really need, like, this much, but this is, of course, to have your shit top tier. But I'm saying for somebody that's really just starting out.
Yeah.
Like, because this is the thing, bro. People always love to say how to start up, how to start up this, how to start your own business, how to start your own podcast, how to start this with $100, how to start this with $1,000.
Yeah.
You need money. There's people out there, the people who's looking that shit up is really broke. They don't got $1,000, bro. That nigga
Facts.
broke.
Yeah.
That nigga is just, if you on YouTube searching up how to start my own business with $100, you on your last resort. Like you probably don't even have $100, but you searching up how to start a business with $100 because you think about when I get the next 100, I'm gonna follow these steps.
You get the blueprint, then you're like, all right, let me get $100 real quick and put that.
But you never get the full blueprint. Like you never. It's always some beating around the bush shit.
It's just the blueprint is experience. I think everyone creates their own blueprint.
No, of course, that's what I'm saying. But like these videos that you'll watch, they'll be like, 7 easy steps to building this or whatever. Yeah. You feel me? It's always a catch to it, like, or 7 easy steps to building this with no money down. Like, no, nigga, you always gonna need some bread. But if you want to talk to that audience, the niggas who's dead broke that really don't got $100, they got a phone at least.
True.
Because they looking up that shit on YouTube on some type of device. So they got a phone. You could make a whole YouTube channel right here, bro.
It's easy. Easiest shit ever.
This camera records 4K, bro. Like, I be mad at myself because I don't be doing this shit. I don't be taking advantage of this shit. I know, like, I'm a nigga, like, I post a lot on my story. People be responding to my stories, laughing all the time. Yo, Coop, you a movie. Coop, you a movie. You a movie. You a movie. You need your own podcast. You need your own show. You need whatever. Yo, you should make a TikTok. You'll go viral. Yo, you should make a YouTube channel. So I know I could be on YouTube doing vlogs, whatever, nigga. Just my day experience, my day-to-day. Have a little selfie stick and walk around all New York and just show people what I eat throughout the day. People, it's just me. I'm funny, whatever. I be mad at myself for not doing it.
Yeah. You could be like a Wallow 267 or something like that.
You could literally, off of this device right here, any iPhone that records video, my nigga, you could make millions of dollars. You don't need, like, you understand? Like, there's literally YouTubers that made millions of dollars off YouTube. You know that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
DDG was a millionaire before he touched rap.
Yeah, facts. The Paul brothers before boxing and shit.
And then there's a lot of those people who recorded all of their content on an iPhone. And there's a smaller amount, but there's still a lot of people who motherfucking didn't even edit their videos.
Facts. That's a fact.
You know DJ Ghost? He does reaction videos. Shout out to DJ Ghost. He don't edit none of his videos from what I could tell. Like, you look at shit, it's straight through. You know Soluminati?
Yeah.
He don't edit none of his videos, and he records on his iPhone.
Yeah.
Now he on the spiritual shit even more. So now he really not, like, he's really on some minimal shit. Like, he's like, bruh. And niggas like that, they got millions of followers. So you know Soluminati is a millionaire off YouTube.
Right.
Facts. Like, and he done did all of that off an iPhone, recorded himself doing reaction videos.
It's crazy. That's the most 21st century shit
so
I could ever think about.
Like, you could get paid for people to watch you react to some other creative shit.
Facts, yeah. Music videos and shit.
Creativity's already done.
Yeah. And it's dope because, like, artists could repost that shit too, and then other people repost it, producers repost it, and then the cycle continues from there. That's a beautiful thing.
And I be mad because I be like, damn, I know I could do reactions. I know I be funny as fuck when I be hearing songs for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
You doing like a little blunt in your hand, just chilling there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, whatever. But it's just like that. Like, kids should know about shit like that.
Absolutely. I feel like school doesn't teach them about technology, about crypto, about how to do like how to edit videos, how to pick up a fucking camera, bro. Like, you know how many places I've been able to go to just because I do podcasts, just because I have a camera with me? How many people I've been able to talk to just because of that? And I'm not no jumper, I'm not fucking Joe Rogan, but still though, you feel me?
Let me tell you something, bro. Like, what you've been doing been inspiring me, no funny shit, because
I appreciate that.
Because since I lost my Instagram, I've been tight, right? We talked about it earlier. I said, I had 2,700 followers on my main page. Then they got my shit deleted. Now I got to start over. My backup page has 200 followers. And my main page was deleted permanently, so it's no coming back. I really got to build my new page up from 200 followers all the way back up, right? So I got discouraged from making music. I didn't want to rap no more. Like, cause think about it like this: you got 2,700 followers. If I post a video to my page, you know how it'll get the views. It'll have probably 2,000 views and 120 likes on my main page when I got 2,700 followers. Now I post one on my new page, I get 80 views. You understand? Because the follower count is so low. Like, on my other page, I put a video and get 200 likes and 2,000 views. Yeah. Easily. Now it's 80 views and 10 likes. And I'm like, fuck, I'm still trying to rap, like, for these 10 people that's still here. But I looked at your shit, and your podcast shit only has like 300 followers. And I'm like, yo, but this nigga be working hard. Like, you dropping episodes regardless. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and then I seen some shit today, matter of fact. I think I screenshotted it real quick. Let me see if I still got this in my screenshots, because I think I screenshotted this. Nah, I didn't screenshot it. But anyways, I seen some white girl post some shit earlier that I felt it. She was like, it was like somebody asked her, how did you get 1,000 people to come to see you live? And she said, it's because I showed up when there was only 3 people. You feel me? I showed up when there was only 1 viewer and 0 comments on my live. You feel me? I showed up when there was 2 people on the live. Like, I was like, oh shit. Like, so that motivated me, because I'm like, nigga, that's the same reason why I'm talking about quitting. Because nobody's watching my shit no more, right? I only got 200 followers. Who the fuck is going to see it, right? But when I see that, and then I thought about your page, your podcast shit, I'm like, this nigga building his shit up from, because I remember when, after the Cypher, your shit probably wasn't even at 300 followers. Like, that shit built up from, since the Cypher to now. Like, I seen the numbers going up. And I'm like, damn, this nigga still dropping episodes every however often you do it. But there's a lot of motherfucking clips on your page. There's a lot of different interviews that I seen that I'm like, damn, like, so that shit made me just put me in that mind frame. Like, nigga, I gotta keep going. Like, nah.
Right, nah, absolutely, bro. Yeah, listen, I appreciate that. And listen, there's even times where I get discouraged. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I'm also trying to turn this into a business where I produce for other people and other brands. I've had a couple of clients that have been like either inconsistent, or they didn't want to like continue anymore, and like I've been kind of like in the phase of like, damn, is this really gonna work out? Shit, like, what am I doing? But at the end of the day, like, I love doing this. It's dope. It's cool that I get to like connect with people. Listen, the whole reason I met Steve, speaking of Steve, is through podcasting. I wouldn't know Steve if it wasn't for podcasting. I wouldn't have landed these, internships at music studios if I wasn't podcasting. I wouldn't have met a lot of people in my life if it wasn't for these cameras and these microphones. You feel me? So like, that's a blessing by itself, man.
Shout out to Steve Wells. Steve Wells, I love you, my nigga. No funny shit. Steve Wells a real nigga. Steve Wells really be inspiring me too every single day, bro. Like, every day I could count on Steve Wells to post some shit on his story. Yeah. That's gonna make me say, yeah, Steve, like, fuck this shit. And then I'm gonna stand up and I'm
Get your turkey,
even
egg, and cheese.
Even if I don't do shit after that, but like, you feel me? Like, I'm gonna go get that turkey, egg, and cheese,
Facts,
though. You feel me? Like, I'm gonna go get that. Like, I might come back and still like, and get back in a little slump for 5-10 minutes, but he gonna take me out that slump, nigga. Like, you feel me? I could count on Steve every day that I could go to his story and he gonna get me pumped up for something. Like,
nah, man, absolutely, man.
Yeah, Steve, like, you feel me? So I seen him grow. I know Steve since middle school, bro. You feel me?
Oh shit, really? That's crazy. All right, cool.
Steve, my boy, we go way back when he had long hair. Feel me? He used to play mad basketball. He was a little chubby and shit. Then he started like working out. Steve was always on some other shit, bro. When we was all smoking and we stopped playing basketball, like, Steve was still doing his shit. He ain't let nobody ever distract him. That's one thing I really respect about him. Like, he ain't never just start like smoking weed and stop playing ball. And nah. When we all started smoking weed, he started working out 10 times harder. Fuck it, he got more free time now because all his friends is smoking weed now. So
true, exactly.
He in the park more, playing ball, doing whatever. I always respected that shit. Then when I came out of jail, I seen that he was doing the video shit, and I seen how it was like, oh, like, nigga, like, yeah, he up. Like, he ain't just struggling starting out. Like, nah, he's out here. He taking
whole
trips.
Clientels and shit,
yes,
bro.
he's taking trips frequently. For me, I'm super proud of Steve, bro. I love Steve, bro.
Nah, he's doing his thing now. Shout out to Steve, man.
Nigga, that first cypher that he did in Chinatown is what even got me motivated to want to rap again. Because like I said, I didn't even go prepared. Like, I just went up there listening to the beats that they was playing, and I'm shuffling through my head like which verse could fit on this beat. Like, fuck, like, You feel me? What verse that I wrote before? And it's like the fact that I was able to perform under that pressure, and Steve, like, you know what I'm saying, letting me come through and shit to the cypher. I can't even remember if he hit me up or if I hit him up. I think I hit him up, like, yo, Steve, like, I seen him promoting the cypher. I was like, yo, Steve, I want to come. Like, what? He was like, hell yeah, nigga, like, you feel me? Just that, him not, no questions asked. Like, no questions. It's not like, oh, it's too many people already in the cypher. Maybe next time. Like, Steve don't do that shit.
No, you don't.
You feel me?
Because the Apollo one where we met, that shit was fucking packed. People were fighting to get fucking verses in. That shit was hilarious.
You could see me in one of my clips. I was arguing with somebody.
Yo, that shit was mad funny. So he's like, yo, let me go in. Come on.
I was arguing with some nigga. I was like, yo, some nigga behind me. That was like, it was already the next beat that had came on. Like, we was on the second beat. So, like, I'm trying to get in. Somebody like, yo, I got next. And I'm like, hold on. You rapped on the first beat already? And he like, yeah. So I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm next. What you talking about? Because I was first on the niggas done started something beat, right?
They should have done a roster or something. Everyone pick a number or some shit.
Matter of fact, I started the whole cypher. I was first on the whole cypher. So when the first beat came on, I was the first one to rap on the first beat. So when the second beat came on, it's supposed to go in a circle, right? So I'm supposed to start the second beat. So there was somebody there trying to, I'm like, nah, nigga, what you mean? Like, we was really arguing about that shit. That shit was funny. Packed. Yeah. But there was some nice. A
lot of really good artists over there. I was actually really impressed.
Hell yeah.
Because, you know, with cyphers, you don't really know what to expect. You feel me? But, like, there were a lot of people who really came, though.
For sure.
They didn't come to fuck around. Then people started dancing and shit, too. Yeah. Like, and then there's this one, I forgot his name. I'm cool with him on Instagram, though. The guy with he had, like, the saxophone. Not the saxophone, but like the
Jay Instrumentals.
Yeah, Jay Instrumentals. Yo, shouts to him, bro. He's cool dude. We spoken a couple times, but nah, even like when he came out, I was like, damn, like, you know, shit's crazy.
Yeah, he was playing the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shit was crazy.
Come out rapping right there with my niece on the side. Yeah,
that was mad cute.
That was official, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, let me ask you a question though. Speaking of the internet, speaking of, you know, maximizing opportunity on that, you got to meet young Dolph and Glock.
I did.
How did that happen?
Yo, listen, it was April 1st. Everybody thought it was an April Fool's joke, including me, nigga, for a couple of minutes. Like, I was looking at it, second guessing it. Like, why he had to announce this challenge on April 1st, right? Yeah. Everybody thought it was an April Fool's joke. He posted some shit on his page that said $25,000 giveaway challenge or whatever. And the challenge was to sing one of his songs. He had just dropped the album right around that time, like, right within that week.
Yeah.
They dropped Dumb and Dumber 2.
Was it Dumb and Dumber 1 or Dumb and Dumber 2?
Dumb and Dumber 2.
Okay.
Shout out to Young Dolph and Glock.
Nah, crazy duo.
Crazy, bro.
Memphis is going stupid right now.
Shout out to Memphis. Yeah, the whole Memphis is going crazy. Dumb and Dumber 2, the first song on the album is called Penguins, right? That's the song that he wanted niggas to do. The challenge said the first person who could record themselves rapping Young Dolph's verse, not Key Glock's, just Young Dolph. Not even both verses, just Young Dolph verse, and you gotta rap the shit word for word, a cappella, without the beat playing, without reading no lyrics. So when I seen that, I'm like, boy, I said, this is right up my alley. Anybody that really knows me, that been following me since before, they know I've been doing those type of videos on Instagram for free.
Yeah.
Period, like way before that challenge. I got videos from 2020. You feel me? This just happened 2021. I got videos from 2020. Well, not anymore because my page got deleted, but I was doing covers of songs and shit, a cappella without the beat playing, like, you know, but I'll do old songs like Capone and Noriega.
Okay, dope, yeah.
Shit like that. You feel me? I even got Noriega commented and liked a couple of my shits that I did.
That's fire, yeah. That's dope.
So I was doing it at first for that because when I got Nori to like my shit, I'm like, oh, I'm getting a little recognition from the GOATs. Like, this is niggas I grew up on. Like, they coming to my page showing love. So whatever. When I seen the challenge, I'm like, this is literally what I've been doing for months for free, bro. That's crazy, like. And I told one of my boys, shout out to my boy Mike. My boy Mike, I told him, Mike, if I don't make it rapping, I guarantee you, nigga, I'ma find a way to make a lane on some Instagram shit. How these Instagram comedians just make their videos in their room and somehow they get paid.
Yeah.
I don't know how,
yeah,
but
right.
they getting paid. Whatever, nigga, they get booked hostings or whatever. I said, I'm gonna do that same shit, but singing nigga songs and shit. If I don't make it with my own raps, right? That's what I told my son Mikey. If my own lyrics don't give me a paycheck, then I'm gonna do it like that, singing other niggas shit, and I'm gonna carve a lane out with that because nobody else does that. Right now, there's no page that you could just go to that just sings every fucking song, right?
Right.
There's nobody that does that. So I was like, I could make that little lane for myself, and who knows, them artists that fuck around and reach out to me and be like, yo, you know all the lyrics to all my songs, like, come perform on stage with me, be my hype man or whatever. Like, I was really talking like that, bro. Like, I was ready to just give up. Like I'm thinking final resort. If my rap shit don't work out, I'll do this, and I'm gonna get paid. This was before the challenge even was a thought.
Yeah.
Fast forward to like a month later, I see that post. Now it's April 1st. I see the post, and I'm like, nigga, nah. I show my boy Mikey, yo, look, nigga, like, yo, didn't I tell you I was gonna do some shit like this? Like, I knew that was my money off the rip, bro. I knew it was mine. Once I seen it, I'm like, yo, Mike, look, read the challenge, bro. Read the challenge. Mike used to be in my house, sitting right next to me while I was doing these little videos for free. Like, he used to be sitting right next to me. We broke as fuck. So when he seen it, I'm like, Mike, that's my money, nigga. Watch this, boom. So I sat down that day and I listened to the song for like an hour straight, you feel me? Reading the lyrics, you know, getting ready, like just trying to memorize this shit. And I looked at the date that it was uploaded. Mm-hmm. From that day that the challenge was announced, it already had 6 days on YouTube. So I'm like, damn, there's probably somebody out there that already learned this song. Yeah. It's been out for 6 days. Dolph got them diehard fans.
Yeah, not
for real. They listen to his shit as soon as it dropped. So I'm like, I know there's somebody out there that knows the song. But I'm like, nah, bro. The thing is that people in this generation, they lack common sense. You feel me? So like, and the reason I say that is because every video that I watched, I watched as much videos as I could. Whoever did the challenge and they got page was public, I watched their shit. Everybody fucked up a word or two, like one little word or something. They pronounced it wrong. They didn't perfect the shit. And that's where I perfected the shit.
They tried to do it first, but not do it the best way. Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like, yeah, nigga, he put the first person that upload themselves doing it correctly, not just the first upload.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So niggas be lacking common sense when it comes to shit like that. Like, when the nigga, yo, he about to give you 25 stacks, nigga. It ain't $2,500, $25,000. Nigga, you better say every word in that song correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you fuck up one word, he gonna say, nah, you ain't getting that bread.
Facts.
Like, who's not gonna do that? Like,
exactly.
If I'm telling you, yo, do this, sing my song, and I'll give you 20 racks right now. Nigga, I'm low-key hoping you fuck up. Like,
low-key, yeah.
Not really, like, because Dolph, he really wanted to give that money away. Shout out to young Dolph. Like, that was part of his whole shit. Like,
but he wants to see who's for real.
Shout out to Dolph. He did 4 giveaways that month, 25,000 a pop.
Yeah.
Facts. That nigga gave away 100,000 in the month of April.
Yeah.
Facts. So, nigga, I did the video, whatever, upload the shit. I'm seeing all the comments on the original post, like, whoever does this shit, you stupid as fuck. Y'all gonna look mad dumb when it comes out as an April Fool's joke and you don't get no bread. Y'all gonna feel mad stupid. I'm reading these comments like, damn, like, did I really just waste my time? Like, is it really gonna be an April Fool's joke? But then I thought about it, no, nigga. Young Dolph is an independent artist. He's not with no major label. If this shit is a fake giveaway, that shit is gonna fall back on him. Mm-hmm. That's gonna tarnish his name.
Yeah, that's gonna make him look bad.
He's not doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been following Dolph for more than 10 years, bro. That nigga worked hard to build his name up.
Because he would be better off giving away 50 racks as opposed to having that type of scandal on his hands. Because that's a bad look.
That shit would have went terribly wrong. So I knew that this shit was real. It's not like those high-key clout giveaways. You ever seen them shit?
Yeah, not seen before.
Follow high-key clout, and everybody that they following, you go is 80 pages you gotta follow.
Yeah, facts.
Come back and type done. And then they stand in front of a Lamborghini with 6 Dior bags, 3 PlayStation 5s, 2 Xbox Ones. You could win one of these PlayStations and this Dior bag if you just follow them 85 people that they follow. Come back and comment that. You never seen nobody come out and say,
facts.
Thank you, Hikey Cloud, for my PS5.
They never announced it or shit like that either.
I never seen a bitch come out and say, thank you for my Dior bag. Never. Ever. The only shit that I really seen that went down was Young Dolph giving away that Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jackie from Texas. She's the girl that won that shit. And I heard she just sold that shit for like $500,000 too. So shout out to her.
Well, listen, she's smart for that.
Yeah. So shout out to her. I know that happened. And I know I got 25 stacks from a giveaway. And I know my boy Juan Savo, the dancer, the one that had the wings, shout out to him. I know he got his 25 stacks from Dolph. I don't know about none of these other giveaways. Yeah. So I just knew, nigga, this shit real. Like, Dolph not going to tarnish his reputation like that over no fucking 25 stacks, my boy. Hell no. This nigga is too rich.
Yeah.
So I just knew, bro, it was real. So, boom, I did it. Yo, bro, I'm sitting in the kitchen. My mom was standing right behind me doing the dishes, right? I'm sitting in the kitchen right here like this. And I'm just on the gram scrolling like, bro, young Dolph DMs me right there. And he wrote, send me your contact info with the emoji, the handshake emoji. And I jumped out of myself. Oh, shit, I see him, boy. 125 racks. What you talking about? I was wilding. I was
bro, I would have been going crazy too.
I was like, I just want 25 stacks. What you talking about? Funny, because my mom didn't believe it. She was like, "Oh, you better be careful with them with all that
IG
Instagram
pages.
and shit." And I'm showing my mom like, "Are you crazy, mom? You know who this is?"
You seen the check right there? The blue check?
I'm not trying to explain to her who Young Dolph is because she ain't gonna know.
Yeah.
But I'm showing her the blue check.
Yeah.
You know what that means, mom?
That's an
my
actual
mom got
person.
Instagram.
Yeah. So she knows.
But she didn't know what the blue check meant.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, Mom, you've been on Gram all these years and you don't know what this means? I'm like, when you see that blue check, that means, nigga, that's
the actual person,
who you looking at.
Exactly.
That celebrity that is claiming
it's not a fan page, it's not no spam page,
because you gotta send a picture of your ID to get your blue check.
Yeah, you gotta go through verification and shit, you know, that's the whole process.
You gotta send Instagram your picture of your ID for them to verify it. So it's gonna have your government name, all that shit, right?
Yeah.
So boom. And my mom's still not believing it, like, even my pops, I showed my pops and he was like, yeah, you better be careful with them. I'm like, man, listen, boy, it's Young Dolph. Y'all tripping. I was supposed to get the money that same day. Or not the same day, but the day after, right? So it's April 1st. Dolph hit me, send me your contact. I send him my number right away and my email and my address. Everything. I went crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Everybody would have did the same shit. He said, send me your contact. He ain't get specific, nigga. So my contact means everything, nigga. I've been to prison, nigga. I know what that means, nigga. Your contact, nigga, first, last name, motherfucker, number, address, here's everything. So he like, yo, boom, we're gonna call you in the morning. So his manager calls me, but I thought it was him, because it sounds exactly the same. They from Memphis, like, it sounds exactly the same. He like, what's up? And I was like, oh, shit, what up, Dolph? He like, nah, this is Dolph manager and shit. I'm like, all right, bet, what's good, bro? He like, oh, congratulations, yo, you did your thing on that shit. First of all, I'm gonna let you know you went crazy, bro. You did that shit perfect, spot on. Like, damn, nigga, I can't believe you threw the ad-libs in there, too. Because I had to do an ad-lib.
You had, I was going to say,
you
like...
You didn't have to do the ad-libs, but I threw
But you
one
should,
of them in
for extra credit, you should, though.
I threw one of them in there just because.
If you fuck up the ad-libs, you're not a real fan, you feel me?
You feel me? So, boom. He like, nigga, you did that. He like, yo, we gonna get you your money and shit. Just send us your bank account information. And this kind of threw me off guard. He said, yo, we need a picture of your ID. We need your routing number, right, for your bank account, all that shit. And a picture of your social security card.
Huh.
And I was like...
The social security card, I don't know.
I was like, that shit threw me off. So I started asking around, like, niggas and shit. Like, my niggas, like, older niggas, OGs from out here say, oh, what you think about this? Like, yo, this nigga talking about this, that, and third. Like, matter of fact, then I went straight to ask my brother. Yeah. My brother works in a bank. You feel me? He's a banker. He's not just like a teller at the bank. He's a licensed banker at Chase Bank. Shout out to my brother, Lewis. And I said, yo, Lewis, this nigga like, what's up? Like, you know? And I asked my sister, my mom, everybody. They telling me when it's a tax write-off, when somebody giving you some shit as a tax write-off, they gotta have your information. So I guess the government or whoever, the IRS, could know who received this gift, this tax write-off.
Because it would be under like a donation or some shit like that.
The same way he gave that Lambo away.
Yeah, that's a huge, bro. That's a huge tax write-off.
That girl had to give her social up for that as well. And then you gotta think about it, bro. You're sending your social to Young Dolph. What the fuck he gonna do with your shit? This is what I said, word for word. When
if he scams off of that, it's stupid because you're already rich. I said
this word for word. I said, nigga, what's Young Dolph gonna do? Sign up for unemployment with my shit?
Facts.
What he gonna do? Get an PPP loan with my shit? Nigga rich. He don't need my social. You know understand? So I was like, whatever. But I'm sending it to his manager, really. But it was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I just trusted it because it's like, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I gave my number to Young Dolph.
In your defense, too, he should have specified this for tax purposes, just so it didn't seem as whatever.
Yeah, just he probably should have said that when he texted when he let me know.
But it's all good though. It wasn't malicious.
But
So
it was
whatever.
cool. Yeah, nah. It was cool because all it took was one question to whoever. You ask him, man, yo, why are you asking me for that? Nah, you good, bro. That's a tax write-off shit. Okay. And then, like I said, at the same time, you just asking for double confirmation because in the back of your mind, you know young Dolph is not asking for your social for no fuck shit.
Exactly.
I sent them my bank information. At the time, I'm so unorganized and like not responsible, like irresponsible. I didn't have a state ID. You feel me? Mm-hmm. All I had was my jail ID, which was long expired already. I just didn't give a fuck. Because I had the mentality like, oh, I'm going to be a rapper, right? I'm going to make it rapping, so I ain't going to need no ID to get no job. Fuck it. Like, I'll do some shit, bro. Before I need an ID, like, I have some racks, you know? I have some physical cash that I could get out here in the streets. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was my mentality. I didn't have a real bank account. I had Chime.
Okay.
And Chime don't accept wire transfers from other banks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not knowing this, right? I only got Chime and Cash App, so I give him my Chime because it still got a routing number.
Yeah.
So he asked me for my routing number. And I asked him, yo, I got Chime, is that cool? He was like, yeah, it should be valid. Because they sending the money from a private bank.
Yeah.
That's what he said. We use a private bank, whatever. So he like, that should be there within 30 minutes to an hour with the bank we use. So I'm like, what? I'm about to be lit.
Yeah.
Right
facts,
now. Like, it's April 2nd. I just did the challenge yesterday. We about to be lit.
Yeah.
So he said, I sent him the shit. He like, you should be good in 30 minutes. But the shit never came through.
Right.
Day went by, the next day. I'm trying not to be on him, you feel me? Because I'm like, damn, like, I don't want to look thirst, but the money ain't hit. Yeah. And it's not like being thirst, but like, son told me it was going to be 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
An hour tops. So it's like, nigga, if I don't hit him up, if I wait 3 days to hit him up, it's going to look sus.
He's gonna forget it too.
He's going to forget, and even he'll look at it sus like, bro, you knew it was supposed to hit, and I told you an hour max, so why you ain't just hit me up when it ain't?
Exactly, yeah. Just double check, yeah.
Definitely hit him up. He was like, oh, shit, blah, blah, blah. Do some more asking her. I asked my brother, my sister, they tell me, Chime doesn't accept wire transfers, bro. What you doing?
And plus 25 G's, that's a big transfer right there. That's a big transfer.
So, and then I waited a few days before I asked my brother that. Like, I was just really sitting back hoping that it was going to hit. I'm thinking it was a time thing. Like, oh, it's going to hit. It's just probably trying to clear the check. But when I found that out, then I had to hit them back up like, yo, what the fuck? And he was like, damn, like, they had to call me. They like, bruh, what we gonna do? Like, the plan was just to wire the money.
Yeah, facts.
I don't have no bank account. So I'm like, yo, you can't send it to my brother's account? What about my mom? What about my sister? What about my pops? We got the same name.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're like, nah, you got it. It's your social, bro. You already sent us your social. I'm like, damn, bro. I got Cash App. Nigga started laughing like a motherfucker. I'm like, listen, I know this sounds crazy, right? But I know you can't send, because he's like, you can't send 25 stacks through Cash App, bro. Yeah. It's not 2,500.
Nah, no shot you can do that.
25,000, boy. Yeah. So I told him, I said, nah, I know that, but look, the limit is like 7,000 a week. Fuck it. Payment, like, I'll take the payment plan, like, whatever.
Yeah.
You can Cash App me 7,000 a week until it hit 25.
Yeah.
But the nigga like, nah, because they got to go, I guess, that certain way, like, on some tax write-off shit, like, Cash App is on some other
That's
shit.
a separate write-off every time you send it every week.
Type shit. So he on some, like, nah, boom, boom, boom. He said, don't worry about it, though. We're going to make sure you get your money, bro. Like, we not going to leave you hanging because of this. Because he knew, nigga, I'm on parole. I just came out of prison. I'm telling him this shit, like, so he could know why I'm in this position.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'm not just out here a fuck nigga, lazy, bum-ass nigga. Like, I was being irresponsible.
But you weren't lazy.
I was out of jail for mad long, but I was just trying to do other shit that wasn't, like, you wasn't smart. Like, I was trying to do get money in the street. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think I was going to fall into a situation like this where I'm going to need legal. Like, I ain't expect to bump into 25,000 legal dollars. You know,
exactly, yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. So, boom. He's like, yo. He's like, we're going to call you tomorrow. I'm going to get with the team, and we're going to figure something out, right? I'm like, God, bet, bro. I'm like, fuck, my nigga. I got to go get me an ID, son, and open up a bank account. Like, damn, my nigga. I'm thinking I'm supposed to be racked up right now.
Yeah.
Fuck. Shit. And it's crazy, bro, because, like, you know, when you ain't really got racks like that, like, to going from I'm about to have 25 stacks tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You already planning what you're gonna do.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're
true.
already looking at the girl you're gonna hit up. You're like, ooh, yeah, I got you. You know what I mean? Like, you like.
What you want, Philippe? So
you
you
been
want
liking
some
my
crazy
shit too, yeah. I seen you like Young Dolph when he posted my shit. You like that post? You seen, yeah. Like you already plotting on a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it didn't happen like that, nigga. Because by the time I ended up getting that money, I was already like, fuck all these bitches. Like, I'm
Exactly.
focused. Like, fuck that. And it took like, all right, boom. So that was April 1st. I didn't end up getting the check until April 13th or 14th. That's when I met him.
Okay.
He was like, yo, all right. He calls me the next day. Now it's like April 3rd. He's like, yo, we gonna fly you to Atlanta. And I'm like, word? He's like, we're gonna fly you to Atlanta and come meet us. We're gonna give you the money in person. Not cashed over a check. I'm like,
the big check I saw on the page.
I'm like, I bet. And then I thought about it. I was like, oh shit, I forgot to tell you. I'm on parole, bro. I can't fly out. I can't travel out the state.
Yeah.
I gotta stay in New York. And I don't even have an ID. Even if like, whatever, nigga, I don't got an ID. You can't board a flight without an ID, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, shit, I'm all fucked up. And he like, damn, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I was like, I'm in New York. And he like, nah, we in Memphis. Like, you heard? Like,
Yeah, that's deep.
they like, boy, we in Memphis.
That's
I'm
deep
like,
as fuck, yeah.
I'm like, fuck. He like, and then I just said, yo, matter of fact, fuck it. I'm on parole. I ain't supposed to go. Like, whatever.
But 25 beans is 25 beans, you feel me?
Let's just leave it at that. You heard? So like, shout out to not the Greyhound, the Chinese bus.
They don't give a fuck.
Shout out to them boys. They ain't gotta show no ID.
Oh, nothing yet.
Nothing, nigga. Nigga was in there. Boom, boom, boom. That's just. I ain't gonna lie. That bus stink though. The bus smelled like a jail bathroom. The whole ride. And it was like 13 hours, like 16 hours each way. It was crazy, but it was just a good ass experience, bro. And I went with my pops. So boom. It was only supposed to be me. Like when they said we're gonna fly you to Atlanta, they not talking about fly all your family and shit. This ain't that type of, you know.
Yeah.
Like I want a challenge. I'm a whole grown ass adult.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking nothing of my family. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on parole, so it's like nigga, like you want to be moving with somebody anyways, and then somebody who got your best interest at that, and you're going to pick up 25 bands. Like fuck, you're not gonna take your mans. Like, well, you can take your mans, but like you're not gonna take a random nigga.
Yeah, nah, you gotta bring
just a
someone
nigga
like
off the block. Like, you feel me?
You can't bring someone who's gonna fanboy and do some dumb shit like that
Exactly.
either to make you look
It could
bad.
be your man's, matter of fact. So yeah, you can't bring your man's.
Yeah.
It could be you can't bring your
I would
So
go by myself.
He might
honestly.
fan out. Like I
You
gotta
gotta,
bring a nigga.
you gotta just go
Don't
by
give
yourself.
a fuck. Which is my pops. My pops was at the table like this.
Yeah, no, I
He
got
ain't
you.
give a fuck. My pops was taking pictures of the food, like, ooh, this shit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really, he ain't excited about the chain and
Nah, he
the
don't give a
watch.
fuck
My
about
pops didn't even look at that.
Yeah, no, my dad's the same type of way.
So boom, right? I'm like, yo, I can't fly out there, but yo, look, nigga, I'm going. I said I could get my pops to drive me out there. That's what I was thinking at first. My pops would drive me. And then when I told my pops, he like, yo, we should go on the bus instead. Because when you go in the car, you're more likely to get pulled over out of state.
Exactly.
And then when you out of state with New York plates, they be want to see everybody's ID in the car, not just the driver.
Yeah, I used to live in Jersey. Same shit, trust me.
So
Yeah,
I'm
he was
like,
right about that.
You know what? You smart. So I'm like, yeah, that's why I brought my pops. Feel me? Because
Yeah.
any other nigga, yo, drive with me to Atlanta. We gonna pick up 25 stacks. We out. We gonna have what?
100 miles an hour, gets fucking pulled over by some Georgia cop or some shit. What the fuck are you guys doing out here?
Young Dolph, you crazy? Key Glock 2? What? Nah, we in there, bro. Feel me? And it was crazy. So we stayed in their crib. They took us to the dinner shit. My pops wasn't even supposed to go inside. It was only supposed to be me and the other winner, my boy Wano. It was only supposed to be us two at the dinner table with Young Dolph, Key Glock, the manager, and the white boy that was at the table, which is their cameraman.
Yeah.
My father and the other black dude wasn't supposed to be there. The dude with the wings, he brought one of his friends along, and he just walked in the restaurant without saying nothing. Like, he just sat at the table like if he was invited. Me, I asked questions before I showed up. I'm telling them, yo, I'm coming with my pops. Can he come at the table and eat too? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they was like, yo, the reservation's for 6, and we already got the 6 people. It's just you and the other challenge winner.
Yeah.
No plus ones. Like, the rest is paper route Empire team. I bet. But his son walked in with his man.
Yeah.
Sat down. By the time everybody came, Key Glock was the last one to walk in.
Okay.
And the seats was all taken. So
Yeah.
Key Glock standing there like, fuck. And then the manager Young Dolph and Key Glock's manager was like, yo, you gotta go, homie, like to the dude's friend.
Yeah.
He like, yo, you're not supposed to be here. Like, this is a reservation. And he like, oh, I ain't know. Like, me, I already told my pops, they say you can't come. You gotta stay outside in the parking lot. I felt so bad, bro.
Yeah.
Because I really my pops was just excited to eat some fly shit. Like, I was showing him the restaurant that we was at.
Shit, yeah.
He like, oh,
that
we
sucks,
about to eat
yeah.
good. Like, you heard? Like, I'm like, damn, bro, I wanted my pops to come just to see me happy and all. Like, you feel me? Like,
Yeah, and
come
I
on,
feel
bro.
that.
We went from being upstate prison, like, in the visit floors, upstate. This is why this shit really affected me crazy. Because you get to eat on the visit floors in prison.
Yeah.
They got vending machines, and you're sitting at a round table with your family. And you eating. So it's like a little vibe, you know? You eat your burgers, your little microwavable burgers and shit. So to go from that table to this table with millionaires and bring my pops along, where my pops was the only nigga coming to take that trip upstate to come see me. The only nigga as far as men. Like, it was just my brother, my father, my mom, and my sister. Nobody else came upstate to visit me, period. I got pictures of all my visits. Nobody else came to visit me up north. Few people came to Rikers Island, but that's right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's in Queens. That's
So,
right
like,
there.
to be able to bring my father from that environment to this shit, that was big for me, bro. I gotta bring my pops. I want that nigga to sit here and eat steak right next to me. Young Dolph and Key Glock, and tell that nigga, yo, you know them niggas is self-made millionaires, right? You know they don't got no old white man behind the scenes controlling this shit, right? You know he did that shit by himself out the mud, right? Like, so this shit's possible. Like, that was what it meant for me. My pop's been telling me my whole life that I've been chasing an illusion with this rap shit, straight up. And I never, I don't hate my pops, nigga. I love my pops. I don't give a fuck. Some people would hate their parents for that.
Yeah, true.
Like, you told me this was an illusion. You told me not to chase my dreams. You discouraged me. Nigga, I love my pops. I don't give a fuck. That shit just made me want to show him, like, nah, nigga, this shit real.
Yeah.
So I brought him along. The nigga, when the dude tells the dude's friend, yo, you gotta go, Key Glock tell him, nah, you good, you could stay, bro. I just squeeze in. So he grabbed a chair from the other table and squeezes in. He sat outside of the circle. He didn't give a fuck. Like, he was ready to eat with his plate right here.
Yeah, true.
He said, fuck that, I'm from Memphis, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I eat like we at the barbecue like this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, he a gangster. So when I seen that, the manager like, hold on, let's ask the waiter, because, you know, we're in a 5-star restaurant. And act all hood and shit.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
he like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, we got one extra right here, like, whatever, you know. And he's like, can we squeeze him in? And he like, yeah, sure. So I'm looking around, I'm like, hold on, bro. I would be pussy if I don't say something right now. You know, like, not to call a nigga out, but just to get my pops in.
But just being fair and shit,
Feel me? Like, because, and then not to mention that, shout out to my boy Wano Savo and his man, that's my niggas that I fuck with. But they live in Atlanta, you feel me? They already from that town.
Yeah.
As to it, me and my pops took a 16-hour trip.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, damn, nigga, for my pops to stand at the fucking parking lot of the restaurant for 2 hours or whatever, however long. So then he gets, when we come outside, he just gets to see us take pictures together and shit. Like, but my pops wasn't gonna care anyways, because this, in his eyes, it's like, this is my son's situation. I'm just here to make sure
everything's okay.
Good, like,
facts.
on some jail shit, police shit. My pops be watching my back, like, on that type of time. You feel me? So he just wanted to be there like that. He didn't really care if he couldn't go in. But I said, nah, I gotta say something. So I'm like, yo, you know, my pops out there and shit. Like, yo, I can't squeeze my pops into the table too, since we gonna squeeze in.
Yeah.
Can I squeeze my pops into the table? And like, they kind of looking at each other, and I'm like, before they say no, let me just mention that we took 16 hours to get over here.
Facts.
So I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know we took about 16 hours, my boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at 16 hours, boy. Like, and we gotta go back. That's 32. Like,
facts.
I ain't gonna lie.
You can't say no after that.
You feel me? So he was like, go get him. Like, you feel me?
The more you tell me the story, like, the more respect I actually have for Young Dolph.
Yeah, nah, he a real one.
I'm not gonna lie to you, because a lot of artists, I'm telling you right now, not even just because of you, but they would have not gone through like all that shit.
Nah, he a real one. It was good, bro. I respect Dolph like a motherfucker, and I respect Key Glock too. I love Key Glock, bro. Shout out to that nigga, because he's mad humble, bro. He's 23, right? Matter of fact, I think he just turned 24, because I think it was his birthday not too long ago. But when I met him, when we was at that dinner, he was 23. Because he had asked me, right? He's like, yo, how old are you, son? I'm like, I'm 26. At the time, I was 26. And I asked him, how old are you? He's like, I'm 23. And it's like once I told him I was 26, and he seen that I was older than him, his energy kind of shifted. Like he was more listening to me. Like he asking me more questions about like.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like he's like, yeah. Like listening, like he not on some old like.
Yeah, like he's better than you because he's younger.
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? I'm rich, young rich nigga. Like nah, nigga, like he like, cause I'm telling them boys like, boy, like don't get fucked up, my nigga, cause like I didn't want them to think that I was trying to come to that table portraying an image like I was a hood nigga. Or,
yeah.
I'm whatever I am. I ain't portraying to be shit. But
that's what you. But like
I'm
what
not
you went
no
through.
Sidewalk nigga either.
Yeah.
You feel me?
What you went through is what you went through, and it's a good thing. But it didn't happen in a good way, but like you know, everything happens for a reason.
Cause he was saying some shit. Dolph said some shit that really stuck with me. That shit keep replaying every day in my head. He said, "Any nigga that take this money like this, 25 stacks, and go to the street with it, you a clown. Like it's not even that you lazy." You're not lazy no more.
You're just misguided.
Because it takes more work to do some street shit than to just invest it legally.
Yeah.
You could put that shit in Bitcoin and go to sleep.
That's the first thing I would do, to be honest with you.
Go to sleep and your shit
facts.
you don't got to do nothing. So,
yeah, exactly.
To buy some drugs and go out there and trap, you're not lazy. You're lame. You're just trying to fit into whatever. You're just doing it to be cool.
Trying to fit into your environment.
Because there's so many ways.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, that's true, bro. I sat there and I felt it. And I was like, that's true. Even though I wasn't thinking of doing no illegal shit with that money anyway. But But
it just kind of reinforced it in your mind. Like, okay, it's cool.
But it's still like you look at it like, hold on. I hear you, Dolph, and I don't want to be that person. Like, you know, like nigga wasn't even thinking about that. It's not like Dolph saying that made me, oh, all right, so I can't sell no. I was already didn't want to do that shit, but it's like, how do I do the other shit? Like all these other ways of making money, sometimes like it's just, maybe it's where we come from, but it's really our fault because we don't be expanding. But like being stuck in the hood and hanging around your niggas, ain't nobody talking about NFTs and nobody talking about Bitcoin on your block.
That's true, yeah, exactly.
The same way I told you I learned about perks standing on the block, being outside as 14, 15 years old, hearing it on a business note. Yo, I just made this much. I just made this much off of perks.
Yeah.
I made this much off of blues. And I was a curious little kid saying, what was that? What's perks? How much you made? Word, why them shit's 18 and these are 7? Oh, word, that's 30 milligrams, these 10 milligrams. Same way, you don't never hear niggas on the corner talking about NFTs and motherfucking Bitcoin
about crypto,
and shit.
about stocks and shit like that.
You just hear about the drug prices. So when you get 25 stacks from Young Dolph, shout out to Young Dolph, I love you, my boy. What you do as a nigga that you grew up in this environment, all you know is prices of shit.
Yeah.
This is all you hearing. So when you heard that the perks just went up and now they $20, but you know a nigga over here that he's still letting them go for 12, 13.
Yeah.
And you see a $7-6 profit margin, and he got 200-300 of them bitches. So you do that math, that's a couple $1,000s. You like shit.
But at the same time,
this is what you know.
Yeah. But at the same time, you gotta be disciplined too, because like
what I'm saying, it's our fault for not expanding. Because like I said, nigga, I came out of jail and looked for this shit myself in my phone. Where I said, like I said before, nigga, you would have to physically find your way to Wall Street and get in them rooms with them niggas where they was having them conversations about millions of dollars and how to invest money. Now you could find those conversations on your phone. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like, nigga, you gotta take the initiative. So I don't think like, I do agree with what Dolph said though. Like if you take a lump sum amount of money like that and try to do some street shit, you're a lame. Like if you try to become Scarface with that shit.
Yeah.
But like honestly, bro, like if you a nigga and you ever in that position and you got $25,000 and you just didn't have shit right before that, like you ain't have $300 before that. Like you come across your little 100, 200, you doing this and that, but you ain't really doing shit, bro. Struggling to pay your phone bill every month, like yes, it's like that. Coming out of prison, like what are you doing? Everybody claim they rich, everybody want to act like they this and that, bro. I'd say facts. Before I got that money, I was fucked up. So if you in that situation and you get that money, you not lame if you is lame if you try to become Scarface, but you not lame if you just like while you trying to figure some other shit out, like while you trying to figure out this legal shit, whatever empire you trying to build, whether you trying to just be a crypto motherfucking magician, you just a beast with the crypto, or you want to build your own podcast, you working on this, you working on that, but you selling weed on the side, because your podcast is not bringing in revenue right now because your YouTube views ain't really hitting like that.
True.
So you ain't getting checks like that. But you talk to a lot of people every day. You do, look how you said this podcast shit got you going to different doors, meeting different people, getting in different rooms, meeting people every day. Everybody smokes weed. Not
Facts.
only hood
Everybody.
niggas. So like,
yeah, not everybody. Everybody.
and shit like this, I'm sure there's days that there's probably people here. It's probably like your guests. They might bring people with them and whatever. Like anytime you go to a studio where niggas recording, there's people lingering around everywhere.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, first of all, everyone smokes weed at studios. It don't matter what type of studio it's at.
The nigga that comes around with your little weed, yo, I got weed just in case. Like, you ain't out here trying to be Scarface or trying to be the main plug, but you need that to stay afloat because
yeah, it's a nice flip.
you got $25,000, but you just invested racks into your podcast.
Yeah.
But you only got 87 subscribers on YouTube. I mean, whatever, nigga.
Yeah.
But
listen, man, I hate to cut you off, but we've been at it for 2 hours and shit.
damn.
Yeah, legit. Listen, I appreciate you for coming on the show. Your story is incredible, man.
The Re-Up Network.
Gain a lot of I gain a lot of respect for you after the story and shit. Listen, I hope none but the best for you, man. I hope to hear more music from you, more like media stuff, more videos,
bro.
or even if whatever, like do more videos or more content. You know, your story is incredible. I think a lot of people should hear it more often. You feel me? So, good luck to everything, man.
I'm gonna get on that shit, bro. Cause the one thing about me that I had to learn, bro, you gotta motivate yourself. I want to leave everybody with that message right there, nigga. Motivate yourself. Cause I've been there before where I felt like because I wasn't getting the support from my peers, that I lost it.
Right.
I ain't shit. I can't rap. Niggas don't fuck with me. Cause they only fuck with you when you do some epic shit already.
Yeah.
You gotta do some epic shit for then everybody else to start reposting you. This is what I noticed. I could do a video right now and post this picture. Yo, I'm doing a podcast with my boy.
Yeah.
Nobody will post it because me and you got 200 followers. Nobody knows us.
Yeah.
But if you was Adam 22 from No Jumper, everybody, just because he's verified and he's famous and he got the famous podcast, everybody's gonna, all of them, my friends that ignored this podcast, they gonna post the No Jumper shit and be like, that's my man's Coop.
Facts,
just because they want to be able to claim like they like.
Because that's the best thing that they're like related to.
That's my man's, nigga. You heard? Look at my man. Shout out to my boy Coop. He just got on No Jumper. Exactly. I'm proud of you, bro. So like, I had to learn that shit. I was fucking up where if I wasn't getting that praise, I wasn't trying to work.
Yeah. Facts.
Like, you feel me?
I
that
feel
shit,
that.
I got all that juice when Young Dolph posted me and everybody was dick riding me and I'm like, oh, I'm feeling like, But then once the shit died down, I had to really remember, like, these niggas really not supporting me. They don't give a fuck. They really only support me because Young Dolph keep posting me and like saying, yo, this nigga cool. And he commented on my picture saying, you and your pops was hella cool. Now everybody, Coop, your pops like.
Come on, man. Like,
Re-Up Network, episode 48. Coop got wings, a.k.a. Forgiato Coop, a.k.a. Tudo Coop, a.k.a. Fordo Coop, a.k.a. Dropside Coop, a.k.a. 3 bank accounts, couple numbers we can't announce.
You heard me? Yo, Coop, appreciate it, bro.
Follow me at Instagram at Coop Got Wings with a Z at the end because they reported my main page and I'm fucked up right now. I got no followers. Run my shit up.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Re-Up Podcast. We'll catch you guys next time.